He's like vegan, vegetarian. I'm not, girl. Give me some dang dead cow and I'm happy.
Nah, trust me, I love carne asada. This, the beginning of this year, all this year, I've been eating meat. Right, I got it all out of my system because I missed chicken wings, I missed chicken, I missed fucking carne asada, I missed all that. Right, so I ate this year, but every time I eat, I no most of the time when I eat carne asada or I eat steak, I can smell and taste the death on it, and it's really disgusting on a spiritual level.
And I've had that happen too. I've had that happen too.
Yeah,
Christian, it's supposed to make you that's one of the things because you're cutting out the animal suffering. It's supposed to help you
yeah.
grow more spiritually. For me though, man, I love me some dead
So
cow.
I always had dreams, right, and I always kind of could remember my dreams. So, but when I started going vegan and vegetarian, I did start getting more spiritual dreams. So yes, in a sense, yeah, it helped elevate the spiritual dreams because when you cut out the suffering and the negative energy of the animal flesh that's decaying and dead, right, then you're eating things that are have life. Fruit has life. It's from the earth, so it has life energy. So when you eat that life energy, you're feeding your body life. Something that's still living. It's not dead. You know what I'm saying? So it higher your vibrational
Hmm.
state, your vibrations, and helps elevate your spirituality.
That is true though, because I've heard that from various people. I've heard that. Like, if you guys want to elevate your spiritual game, you cut out the meat, especially right now, because most of the meat is just so overly hormoned
Yeah,
and processed. You cut it out, your spirituality, you
yeah,
guys will like open up that third eye faster. Just
yeah,
like be wary of that because I know that that's for a fact because most of the elders that I had, most of the spiritual people that I know, that they don't really eat meat like that.
yeah. Plus, they have vegan meats too. Like, I be eating vegan nuggets and stuff, which is still processed, but it's not, dead flesh.
Yeah. Friend, just grab you some tofu and some tempura. Yes,
Some
that's
tempeh.
some guerrero.
That's what I eat. I eat tofu and tempeh too.
Not me, girl. I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
I
boca.
love
The
me
boca
some
brand's
guerrero.
pretty good. I like that boca.
See, friend knows about it, but yeah, if you guys want to elevate your spiritual game, not eating meat helps you faster. Eating lots of juices, but also just like if you're not gonna eat meat, like you gotta like eat a lot of protein.
Yeah. So that's what I think. But there's a lot of
Oh, that's so cute, Christian.
so
You gotta see something about that.
people think that
Thank
protein
you,
comes from
Jenny.
meat. People think protein comes from meat, but that's secondhand protein. Where do you think the cows and stuff get the protein from? The grass, the things, because there's plant proteins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be up on y'all's plant protein, cause I know a lot of people, especially like when they go vegan, they forget, and I'm like, bro, eat
Yeah.
your sunflower seeds, eat your pistachios.
But yeah, that's why I eat beans
I eat
too.
a lot of sunflower seeds. Like I eat a lot of sunflower seeds. That's my favorite thing. Like I will munch the Jesus out some
Yeah.
sunflower seeds. So,
Today I had the
so yeah.
vision with I was praying to Santissima and I had a vision of the cake. So I made a candle for her with a cake and I just said that's her birthday for me. That's the day I'm gonna celebrate her birthday is today. And then I remembered that she has a feast day on the 9th and I was like, okay, she's probably reminding me of that too. But
For me, every day is her feast day. Every day. But see, she gives you visions like that too, because it could be around the time that you might have like encountered her.
yeah,
Yes, Christian. Frijoles are good protein as well. But you want to know a higher protein? You want a higher protein? Lentejas, lentils, man, those things
Lentils.
are jam packed with protein.
Yeah.
Lentils, lentejas, those have more protein than frijoles. Oh, she loves tamales. We made tamales this weekend and I gave her one. That thing dried up so fast. Jay, Happy, let me tell you something, honey. It'll happen. Because today, she opened up my eyes to a betrayal, but it's alright. It's alright. I'll let her handle it.
Right.
I'm like,
She tested me the
dang
other
it.
day. Hey, she tested me the other day, or someone tried to block my connection with her or something like that. But she came to my dreams, right? La Roja, the red one, came to my dreams, and she was sitting back in the back of my dreams, and in my dreams, I was fighting a real demon face to face by myself with my own spiritual power, and he tried to kill me in my dreams, and the other demon was sitting back on the couch, watching, and he tried to kill me with a machete, right? And so I grabbed my, I blessed the blade with Santísima Muerte, so it's like mine and her blade, right? And it came to my dreams, and I pulled it out and slit the demon with it, and I put a L on his chest. It was funny.
Friend, you be having the most vivid dreams, I swear. You probably do go up into the astral when you go to sleep.
No, I do.
But she showed me something today and I was feeling it. I was feeling sad and I'm just like, I don't like this sadness. And she's like, she just told me, you have to see this. And I'm like, all right. Kim, hey, 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 friend. I'll play your song in a little bit.
So I had a few doubts
That's
the
how
other
we
day.
started off the live.
I had a few doubts the other day, and I was like, "Dang, why am I doubting?" And then I prayed to her, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I doubted in anything." You know what I mean? And I just felt this pure sadness in my heart from her, and it was just her crying, like crying to me, because she's been there solidly for me, right? And I just apologized to her, and I've been feeding her and just like telling her, "Sorry if I ever doubt you." You know what I mean?
See, and I've had that happen. I agree, Alison Guerrero. That's why her devotion is not just based on one thing, you know. That's why, like, her devotion is just very limited information out there. It's because it's your connection to her. We're not saying go vegan. We're just talking. I'm just asking him about his experience spiritually because he's a vegan. I'm not, man. I'll eat me some tacos, some carne asada, some carne al pastor. I will eat me some dead cow. Occasionally some shrimp, but I can't eat shrimp like that because I'm allergic to it.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to seafood, so don't don't invite me to a marisqueria because I can't eat half the food over there. I might just be a lame and eat a cóctel de camarones, you know.
Yeah,
But
so everyone's devotion is a personal relationship with Santissima, and that's why devotion looks different for each devotee because everyone comes from different backgrounds, different belief systems, different ways of life. But there's some like subtle like things that you have to do is like put an altar water and things like that. But for the most part, we build our relationship with Santissima personally. And that's what I did every day. Pray to her every single day. Besides, if I didn't feel good or something, I prayed to her every single day for the past 2 3 years. You know, multiple prayers, and I always do 10 prayers of each prayer. You know, number of completion and new cycles, transformation, just for her. You know, every single day. And that's what built my devotion with her.
oh my god, yes, man. I'm just telling y'all, like I'm the lame one. Don't take me out. Like my kid, he goes out when he loves seafood. We go out to the crawfish bowls and those fancy. I'm over here looking like the picky eater eating some dang chicken tenders and fries while he's over there eating some crawfish, lobster, shrimp, crab, and all that stuff. And I'm just like, he's looking at me. He's like, "What's wrong, Mama?" I'm like, "Mijo, we can't come here no more." And he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, I look like a 5-year old eating chicken tenders and fries while you're over here eating good. Like, it's kind of embarrassing for me because I should be eating something like that. Yes, LSM Guerrero, what's your personal topic? Go for it. This is a safe place for sharing. Well, mother, like I pray to her too. Like I sit there, I talk to her, and it's just like I give her. I take him to. I'm gonna take him to King Crab. He eats all that stuff, all crab, lobster, seafood. If he could eat crab all day, every day, he would. He'd be eating. My son likes to eat good. He don't care about his clothes. He don't care about his appearance yet. But food wise, homie likes to eat good. I'm like, no, lame ass. I'm like, you can't take me. They're like, let's go eat ceviche. I'm like, no, because I'm allergic. I might just be lame and eat a cocktail, call it a day. And then we have to go stop somewhere to get some fries because that sure ain't going to fill me up. That sure ain't going to fill me up.
I've been eating beans
So,
rice. I was raised on beans and rice. Nah, I've been intermittent fasting every day for like the past couple weeks too. Praying every day, you know. So, been
you
elevating.
know what's funny? I've been doing that too.
Yeah.
I've been intermittent fasting too because like I don't eat my first real meal until like after 12. I'll just drink my coffee and just run on that till after 12 and I'm just like what the heck's wrong with me? But I
Right.
never really been big on breakfast though. So I'm not a big on a breakfast person.
Yeah. Yeah, intermittent fast is cool. I usually used to do full fast, dry fast or water fast, but lately I've just been doing intermittent every day, long term.
What do you mean that you're not married to her yet? LSM Guerrero. Hola Pedro, bendiciones. Look, Cano de Cali. Every time you just said something, Cam, and look who pops up. No, but I've been doing like the intermittent fasting too, and it's just been weird. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've been eating like a lot of sunflowers and peanuts. Like that's what I've been craving. I'm like, I just want to eat sunflowers and peanuts. That's good. So, anybody got some questions?
Uh,
Y'all got questions? We got
what do you
answers.
think about speaking in tongues and stuff? Like, what's your perception on it?
I know it's real because you can't like if you're a spiritual being, you don't just limit yourself to one path.
Yeah.
Different paths are gonna call you. I like cashews too.
That's what happened to me when I started coming on TikTok and started like practicing outside of just Christianity and Catholicism and Santa Muerte. All these gods and deities were coming to me. Hecate, Odin, Anubis, Thoth, all like you know what I mean. All these different pantheons, the Norse, you know, Egyptian, Greek, whatever. And my friend would call me a god magnet, and I was like, I don't know. They just come to my dreams, or they come to me and I speak to them. Like you know what I mean.
Bendiciones, Cesar. And it happens. Well, mother, it happens because when I used to work in my Nina's Botanica, like we had a client that would come in and she would come in with a list of stuff. She did not know any Spanish, but it was written in Spanish. She was also a devotee to the Santísima. So it's like, she would come in here, we're over here translating. She would be over here and we'd be translating for her. And it's like, I don't know this. I just started writing this. And I'm just like, bro. I'm like, what the heck is this? And I'm looking at my Nina. She goes, that's a funnel. I'm like, oh, okay. Interesante.
Yeah,
But it happens. But
I
once you
know.
become like, the thing about spirituality, it will get to you. Like, Hold on, let me see if I can find something and show you the thing because that's what I feel like spirituality, and I feel that's what happened with me with Santissima. Once I had my experience with her, like I was already spiritual before, and it's just like that's good to know, Cesar. She always comes to us in at the time of need.
Yeah,
And believe it or not, she's an awesome healer. Like, Santissima is up there with the healing because she transformed your health for the better if it's something that is in your path to
facts.
have done.
So she came to my life when I was going through the pure chaos, and through all this chaos, is transforming me into a better person. Um, but she came to me and warned me the first time she came to warn me that people were using black magic on me, basically using her against me. So before I even devoted, she was warning me of devotees, and that was how I became a devotee, because I seen that as true, like, loyalty, you know. And then since then, she showed some devotees in my dreams and stuff like that, and revealed a couple of doing things against me. So that's been my relationship, and that's where we started before I even devoted, and it's been like that since.
With me, it was because I was already working the spiritual world. I was already working. Like, I was already working in my Nina's Botanica and everything else, and then I started working with like the folk saints, right? I started working with my letter, not for. I was already working with the archangels and the saints because of the Catholicism, because I was like hardcore Catholic bruja,
Mm-hmm.
and so my experience with them. But don't ask me why I can't connect to Jesus. But now I know why. But Jesus, I couldn't connect to him, but I could connect to the Catholic saints, like all the Catholic saints,
Yeah.
right? Anyone that I asked for, like, hey, let me pray to you, let me give you this, we're gonna do this first, and it worked for me.
All right.
But because my spirituality had to be elevated, because my energy had to elevate, I had to. That's when I started working with. That's when I started devoting to her, and I was devoting to her before I started working for her because I don't work with her. I work for her. If she has a mission, she sends me the
The Wheeler. Just kidding.
she sends me she sends me
The
the
kite.
like
The
she
message.
sends me the patient.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you gotta help this person. I'm like, alright. But she sends me like so when I met her. I knew who she was because I was there when my Nina would be invoking her in the Botanica. And I'd be like, it's cold. And she goes, yeah, that's the Santa. She's giving you a hug. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hi. Thank you for the hug. Gracias por el abrazo. It was cold in there. And then sometimes my Nina, because I would have her read my cards. And when she would be reading my cards, I couldn't hear what my Nina was saying at all. I'm just like, what was that? She goes, pay attention. I'm like, I am, pero no la escucho. And she's like, ah. She goes, salúdala. And I'm like, ¿saluda a quién? Dice, a la Santísima. Quiere que la saludes antes de que, para que te deje escuchar. And I'm like, so I would have to greet her and be like, hey, mamá, ¿cómo estás? Santísima, aquí estoy. Puedo escuchar lo que me van a decir. And then I would be able to hear the reading. Because she likes to laugh.
Yeah. I've laughed with Santissima. So, like, with the Saints, I feel you on the Saints. Like, I have more experiences with the Saints. Like, I don't talk about it on my TikTok that much, but I talk to my Saints and I pray to Saints, right? And I'm devoted to a couple. Um, but yeah, I talk to them and stuff, and they reply, right? I try not to do it all the time because, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's same with Hakata. I could hear her voice too. But they used to send me a lot of tricksters. A lot of tricksters that try to act like the deities or the things I work with. But I know, you know. But
But you want to know why, friend? You want to know why that is, though? Because right now, ever since TikTok came out, TikTok's a portal. You
yeah,
got all these people grabbing these TikTok spells and they're charging. Bro, do you have the defense? Because first things first, you gotta call on the ancestors for the defense, right?
yeah,
And you call your guides and your spiritual court. You call your spiritual crew to see, like, hey, what's up? What's going on? These people don't know. They don't know the basics of spirituality, you know?
yeah,
And just because they saw a little TikTok spell, they're like, oh, bro, oh yeah, now they're over here charging $500, $600, $300 for a freaking reading, and I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I don't even charge $100
yeah.
for my readings.
I mean, before I came to
Yeah.
TikTok, I was already kind of into spirituality, right? But I wasn't like fully invested into it. I would just like post memes and learn about it here and there, right? But I was a conscious spiritualist way before I started my craft. So I was consciously spiritual before that. And then I was Christian and Catholic, and then I became a reverend and just preaching every day. I literally was on the straight and narrow, like fully perfect
Mhm.
as I can be, and people were still coming against me. So I was like, you know what, Santa Muerte came in my life, and I started just letting go of those things and just being me, you know?
And that's what it is, because you know what? That's the thing. Um, mm, that's true. There are levels in the life that we live.
Yeah,
But that's interesting, friend, because you know what it is? You can't be a good person to everyone. And that's one thing that I tell you. I'm like, you got to set boundaries for everything. And people are there. That's the thing with Christianity, that the reason that I left, I'm like, how am I going to forgive somebody that just hurt me like that? And why am I supposed to continue to be there when they're not changing? They're just repeating the same cycle.
right.
And it's like, and then when I became a single mom, it's just like, oh God, like the way that the Christianity is taught right now is like you only bring value to the church.
Yeah. Well, I believe relationship over religion, right? And
Uh huh.
and that's why I pray to God every day. But I always say in Christ's name or whatever, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So when I talk to God, I talk to the Father, and He's came to my dreams twice. Once while fasting, and once before I moved. The once right before I moved, He came to warn me of certain situations that were gonna happen, and let along, ooh, I move and they happen, right? A prophetic dream from God. But anyways, then in that same within that same week, I had a vision from God, warning me from what was gonna happen too. Boom, let along it happened. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Kim. And I wouldn't have it. Believe it or not, like my son knows. My son knows, and we do. I spend as much time as I can with them, and that's my bestie, you know. I feel that he was given to me just to have a bestie, because we're always together. We're always together. Like, me and my kid, we're always together. Like, if I have to go to the archery, I'm like, hey, you want to go with me to the store? And he's like, yeah, I'll go. And last time my mom was telling him, she goes, no, have him go take a shower because it's late. And I left, and he's like, why didn't you take me? I'm like, your grandma told me that you had to stay. And he's like, Mama, don't do that, you know. And we're always like, I'll check him out just so we can go have a nice. lunch and stuff. So yeah, but I like, believe it or not, I do like being a single mom because I don't have to answer to nobody, and I struggle with that. Like I don't like to give explanations to people like what I do and how I work and whatever. Like
Oh, she's bossy.
I'm
That's
a bossy. I'm
the
just like,
song
but
popped
then
up in my
again,
head.
I don't like pushovers neither. It's just like, bro, if you're letting me push you over, what's gonna happen if somebody that's bigger than me is gonna try to say something to me and you don't defend me?
Yeah,
We're gonna have a problem, you
yeah,
know? Like, granted, homegirl can fight her own battles with my spiritual crew on the side, but like, don't be no pushover neither, cause I don't like that. I'm
yeah.
like, if I have to be the one making all the decisions and everything, like I'm already tired. I'm like, this is tiring. I'm better out by myself. Like, we can collaborate. Just don't tell me what to do. Ask me nicely
All right.
and build stuff for me. Cause I'm a pain in the butt. I like stuff custom made. Look, friend, you got this deck of cards.
Which one? The Santa Marta Tarot?
This one though, the original Mexican one. I don't like that
Nah,
American Santa Muerte tarot.
I don't
This
got
one.
the original one. No, I got the Santa Marta
You
Tarot,
should
but it
get
was
it.
like there were smaller cards. They were cheaper, and I bought them, and they were really smaller. They were like a deck of cards, like a regular playing cards, and I don't use them though. They're sitting in my altar, but I like the Oracle cards. Yeah, I don't got those ones.
See, 21. And I say, this is what I like about this card. This is what I mean. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I'm like, gosh, you can't. No, in that case, I'm better off by my stuff. You can't take my car. You can't wash my car. Shit. Then you don't need me to make you no green enchiladas. I'm out. Yeah, they do. They have them. They have this. Let me tell you, Fran. This is in her official deck. And it's like, yeah, you see all the little guides and God, the
I
little
like that
friends and
card.
everything.
I love that card right there. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
It's because, look, it has all the walks of life on it.
Oh, 21 is my number too. 777.
You see that? Yeah. If I accidentally burn this card on this live for y'all, I hope somebody sends me a new deck, please, and thank you. Because I'm showing y'all point. Because a lot of people, they're under the belief they're under the belief that once you're with Santa Muerte, that you can't work with other gods and goddesses. I'm like, no, because if that was true, this card wouldn't be here.
Yeah, so I mean, um,
Look, we see it
when I came
partially.
to Santa Muerte came to me first, and then I devoted the next year. And after, because I would channel her and talk to her, and she would send me visions before I was devoted, and we would just conversate back and forth, and she would tell me things, right? And then she blessed my little mojo bag that I made in a dream, and then ever since then, like I could talk to her back and forth. I just don't do it all the time, um, and so yeah, other deities came to me and she was fine with it. Like I worked with a couple of other deities before, like not devoted or nothing, just called upon them before and stuff like that.
But
Um,
sometimes they're there to help you with an issue.
and then
Sometimes
move
it's just
forward.
like,
Yeah, that's what I had a hard time dealing with. Is all these deities came to me, and then I started realizing that sometimes they just come for temporary fix or temporary help, and then they move forward or move on. And I thought they were just all coming to me, which most of them really wanted to work with me, because I think they wanted to elevate my gifts and utilize my gifts for, you know, because every time I work with a deity, they want me to kind of speak for them, and a lot of people don't like that because they just didn't like me or my as my person or whatever the case may be. But they usually, most things I work with, want to use my gifts for me to speak for them, and people don't like that.
no, they don't. Yes, here you go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, crap. I turned off my candle. Hold on. See, I told y'all. I told y'all. I'm like, if I burn myself. but I didn't burn the deck. Hold on, give me a moment. See, and when I got this deck, I found it on Amazon the first time, and it was very interesting. And I'm just like, because I didn't like the American deck. I had that one too. And you want to know something funny, friend?
Mm.
I can read cards with just a regular deck of playing cards. Like I can
Oh
do the
yeah,
full
I've
blown.
seen people do that. I can read cards in my mind. I just channel it, and the card will pop up in my mind. Yes, no, whatever, and it'll come out accurate.
Okay, I'm gonna just take it as a sign that she wants the attention on her. So, oh, look at that light! It's even brighter than the first time I lit her candle. But this is a deck Caesar. You guys can get it at the Little Botanica if you guys want to buy it online. It's this one. Look, Santa Muerte. So, and this one's made in Mexico. Dang, I almost burnt the box. Let me stop because I just bought this one too. I'm like, I just bought it and she's gonna be mad at me. So, like, and when I started reading my cards with this deck, it was just like a lot easier. And like, because I was questioning, because there was a lot of rumors that once you got with the Santissima, you couldn't devote to any other saint or anything. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, well, I can't betray my friends now. I can't betray the people that helped me. And then I got this one, and when I saw this card, I'm like, oh, that's it, that's it. It's okay. And I like this deck. It's very pretty. It's very easy to read too, and it gives you like keywords on the bottom of it. Like, let me see if I can find one. Look, like the 10 of coins, descubriring.
I like those cards. They're pretty.
Yeah, all of them they have her in there. So I got these. If y'all don't know how to read in Spanish and you guys have these decks of cards, like they're pretty. Like if you guys read the picture, you know. Let me
I
see if I
read
can
more
find the
like
other one. 'Cause
I read like my cards, even my tarot cards. I read them like oracle cards. I don't know why. That's just how I taught myself.
and even tarot reading is different. It's different for everyone. Some people do not read the actual meaning of the card; they go by the picture.
Yeah, sometimes when I used to read when I was learning how to read, um, I was learning to channel the card because sometimes the meaning of the card wasn't the meaning of the reading, so I would channel the card and come up with a different answer.
This one's pretty. I like this one. She's like, "No, I'm going this way." She's like, "No, you're going the other way." Stinky Gar, I will gladly repent when Mexican Jesus, comes into my life. Okay,
Jesus
you
Malverde.
know. Oh, I have him too. I love Mr. Jesus Malverde.
That's Mexican
Yeah,
Jesus.
that is the Mexican Jesus. Dang it, friend, you got me on technicality. The only Jesus I pray to is Mr. Jesus Malverde.
uh, he came to
Oh,
me one
I
time
like this
too.
picture because
My
it's
ear
like
rang.
political.
It was like a high vibration but a low vibration at the same, like an octave. And he came to me, and I was like, I didn't want to work with him because of his vibration.
No, see, the thing about it, when Jesus Malverde comes to you, he's good for, believe it or not, legal matters.
Yeah.
But the key thing is, with Jesus Malverde, you gotta have a Virgen de Guadalupe to back him up. Because by
Ooh.
himself, and this is true, I know this because I got this from a lot of elders from Sinaloa, and even one of my Nina, she taught me. She goes, no. She goes, a Jesús Malverde nunca lo debes de tener solo. She goes, because he's supposed to be with the Virgen of Guadalupe so they can Oh, he is. He's just the king of the green leaves that everybody likes to smoke every now and then. But
Oh
he's
yeah.
cool. He's cool. I love him. Like I don't smoke or anything. like that because like I I sound like a man when I smoke, and I'm like, oh hell no, and it burns my like even just smoking in general, like it burns my throat and my lungs so bad. I'm like, I start sounding like a man, and I'm like, oh my god, it hurts when I breathe. I'm like, screw this, I need to breathe, you know. Oh look, this is her card. Yeah, I want to see her card in this deck. Is beautiful. And she's got her little owl, the yellow moon, and a red moon, the blood moon. Unless it's Mars, I don't know. Una veladora. The
Nice nails.
scales.
Are they green? Green
What was
dots?
it?
I said nice nails.
They do have a little green on them. Yes, they're battle inspired. But but she's amazing. Oh, thank you for the roses. But yeah, like when I'm with her, it's like I can't smoke. I can't smoke. Like it's just too much on my body. Like it hurts my throat, my lips. I'm like, no. So that's why like I rarely like even give her tobacco every now and then. I just give her the cigar and I'm like, here you go.
Yeah, I give her the tobacco, but I also give her mugwort too.
Oh, she likes that?
I mix it together.
Oh, do you? Dang, friend. And mugwort's strong if you smoke it too.
Yeah,
Like her high
I had
priestess
a
card.
crazy dream to last night or this morning, this last night, whatever you will, because I took mugwort last night. I always have vivid dreams, and it's crazy. I walked around my
Yeah.
neighborhood the other day after because I just moved over here, and I walked around my neighborhood yesterday. Then I did the mugwort and the tobacco, and I was blowing on a pendant, my ritual pendant with her, and then I dreamt last night of basically the spiritual, how my neighborhood looks spiritually. I guess you could say. I think that's how I dreamt of it.
And that's what she gives you. She gives you the spiritual vibe. Because the other day, because I do home health, and like I went into this new house, they gave me a new patient, and when I went in there, I got sick.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, and the lady, and I'm just like, she made me sick. I'm like, oh, and for me to get sick is not easy, you know.
yeah.
But the vibe in there was just off, and the husband was actually there, and it was just weird. And so I'm just like, all right, I came home, I cleansed myself, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just cleanse myself, whatever it is. I'm like, something's off about that household, and I'm like, show me what it is. Let's just say, homeboy, he's going back to jail. So, oh look, friend, she's got 221 cards. I don't know if it's two or three, but she gives you the other world, el otro mundo, and it's
She
el
gave me a vision
inframundo.
when before I devoted. She gave me a vision of the underworld, with all the spirits behind her backing her, and she had a scepter, and she was letting me know she had authority and she was protecting me.
Well, you know that a lot of her devotees. This is facts. Like I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of her devotees, some of them are the ones that they sent her to take care of.
Hmm.
Like the ops send her there, and she's like, "No, this is actually my kid. Like, hey, bro, can you wake up?
Yeah.
Can you just
So
start like
I came
talking?"
across that theory, right, because she came to me. She was sent to me. I said this on a video before, that they sent Santa Muerte to basically deceive me, and she fell in love with me because, pure heart and stuff, and I'm a good person, right? And I don't really do nothing bad. I don't even like cursing people or none of that. I just like to help people, and she's seen that, and then she's seen my devotion to her, which was everyday devotion, praying every day, multiple prayers back to back to back every single day, lighting her candles, giving her food, learning about her, and she's seen that that devotion was real, you know. And I mean, I don't do nothing but spirituality every day, watch TV and chill. That's it. And you know what I mean? So that's all that time and energy that I put into her every single day for the past couple of years.
And that's what it is, friend, because with me it's like I have to work. Like I told her, I'm like, I could do this full time, but I experienced a lot of burnout when
Yes,
I was working in my
burnout.
Nina's Botanica because I had to work to pay the bills, to help pay the bills. And I'm just like, so I had to do the amarres. I had to do the breakups. I had to do it because that's what paid the bills.
Yeah,
And my amarres are on point. I don't care what people say. I'm like, bro, my limpias, anything spiritual that I do ends up being on point. But now it's like, the spiritual work that I could do is just to elevate people. No
yeah,
more. You have to have over 1,000 followers, friend, to join the live, to send a request for the live.
yeah. But I experience spiritual burnout a lot. Not a lot, but every now and then, which is because I'll do kind of work back to back to back, and then I'll just want to sit back and relax and take breaks, and
But that's what
I'll
you're
still,
supposed to do because if you burn yourself out like that, believe it or not, you do have to take a break.
yeah.
You have to take a break. If you do not take a break, believe it or not, you open yourself up to becoming a target.
Yeah, so yeah, and that's what I learned too when you do spiritual work where other people set up the protections because you can get backlash too from all their work for the work you do for others, opening that gateway between you. So that's why you got to cut cords a lot.
You see? And yeah, and for me, it's just like, I like to work though. I like working because I like meeting new people. And
Hmm.
since I work in rehab, you do it too, Kim? That's awesome. Miss Wolfmother, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because, hold on.
And
You know,
earlier we were talking about stopping the cycles, right? And I don't think you've seen my video. I just posted it like it's number 10. It was at 10:10, and I posted it. I was like, it may get uglier before it gets better, and the cycles are gonna end though, and truth, justice, and things are gonna come out.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Six of Cups. It's so pretty. I love this one. But yeah, like I experienced burnout because, I don't know, Christian, that one was for you, friend. That one was for you.
You know, I know I get burned out too. Sometimes I just don't want to do spiritual work for like a week or two, but I still do it. But I still do my prayers every day, even when I'm burnt out. I be doing my prayers because one thing I know is that Santa Muerte helped me so much through healing and transforming me into a better person, taking those old negative habits, those old negative thoughts, intrusive thoughts, and helping me heal them. I mean, I still got some trauma in my mind, but she helped me so much. Plus the protection she's done for me and all the blessings she's given to me, like she's amazing in all her glorious beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, so when I worked in the Botanica, I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm like, I do not want to force myself to work my gifts. Two, first of all, half of them people were ungrateful. And the other half, they were just like, whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to do it like that. And she told me, she goes, you don't have to. And I work in rehab. I love it. Like I get to meet people all the time.
Is it
And it's
like
like she'll send me the
substance
people that
rehab or
need
like
that need
physical rehab, like hospital?
physical,
Okay.
physical. No, I can't like People who are in rehab for like, substances and stuff, like I cannot, because it's just,
Too much chaotic
it's
energy.
hard. It's too much chaotic energy. They already picked up like so many spirits. You don't know who is in there.
Yeah.
And 1 minute they'll be good, and it's like I can't. I no. It's just, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle.
Yeah.
And then they want to leech onto you, like they want to siphon your energy to try to balance theirs out. And it's like, no, bro, you
Yeah.
can't have, like, you can't take my light. You have to make your own.
One thing I learned about energy, which I probably shouldn't even be saying this because this is a little deeper, is that even if they take your energy, it's still your energy and you can infiltrate them because they already created that channel from your energy. So if they're draining your energy and you know it, then you can infiltrate their energy from within.
Friend, that's true.
No, I have energetic things like that that my ascended masters and my spirit guides have taught me.
Do you know that this deck of cards has 321s? El mundo, el otro mundo, and el más allá. Well, Kim, let me explain it to you. When people do substances, right? Because they're up wherever they're at. When people do substances and they're constantly substanced out, because they're in the world, they're in a different world. They become targets for other spirits to come
It's a
and leech onto their spirit and the body.
it's an
And this,
altered
I
state of
know this
consciousness.
firsthand.
It's an altered state of
Yeah.
consciousness which creates portals in your mind that open up to spiritual energies. And when you're on the altered state of consciousness, your vibration is emanating around you, right? So those spirits that like that energy, they track to you real quick.
And that's why people keep doing it. And they just want to stay up there.
Yeah.
They just want to stay up there. And even spiritual people, because one of my ex friends, but it depends. Like, okay, some spiritual practitioners, they use,
Mm.
exactly. It becomes, and I'm happy for you that you're still healing from it. But and this, I've seen it with people who are chronically ill from substance use, chronically ill from substance use. And this I know because I've seen it when I was working in my Nina's Botanica. We would see, the people walk by that were on substances, that were substanced out. And one time, this girl, she was about to just go right then and there. And my Nina, she grabbed her and she cleansed her and she got rid of whatever bad energy she had. And even when we would go to the taco shops nearby, like, they would look at me, and my Nina would tell me, she goes, they want what you got. They want that light that you got. And they would be like zombied out. And you need to get cleansed. And sometimes, believe it or not, when people are on substances or they're always like drinking and stuff, sometimes that's a curse that was put on them.
Generational curses too that come through your family bloodline with
Yeah.
the familiar spirits and demons.
Yeah. And I could tell you one thing right now, like, I don't judge people, because when I became her devotee, when I officially said, when I became her devotee, she told me, she goes, these two are my children. And she goes, you're going to be able to help some, but some of them, just leave them to me because they got to go with me. You know? And I can't judge people. I really, like, somebody comes, if I see a homeless person, I give them $1. I give them a water. This one time I went to go get my food and I saw a girl asking for money, and I'm just like, here, just take my burger. Like, dang.
That's what I used to
And
do
I
too all the
really was
time.
hungry
If
too,
I had
man.
a if I had something water and anything to drink, I'd give it to them. I would like there would be a whole bunch of homeless people by my old house, and I would walk from the store. I would see them at the store. You want something to drink? When I walk in the store and I'd buy 'em something, or even if I only had $20 to my name, bro, I would just be like, hey, you know what? It's if I at least I have a place to stay. At least I have food at my house, or at least I have a full belly or whatever. Even if I only have $20 to my name, I can still help another person that's less fortunate than myself.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny. Hey, friend. But and that's the thing about substances, like I said, um, the people who are chronically ill with it, they're already portals. They're already portals. You already have that negative energy. They're already picking up these wandering spirits that are conjured, or wandering spirits that have died, and they don't know that they're gone yet, and they're trying to come into them. And that's why, bendiciones, compadre. I will. I'll check out your latest vid, and well, like, have you guys ever heard about how, like, when people are substanced out, depending on what they do, that they hurt each other and they unalive themselves in a very brutal manner? Like, it it's something that is very. Hi, Chino. How are you, friend? Thank you for the likes. It's something that happens because. Oh my God, Kim, I would just love to talk to you because I love to collect stories. I'm a story collector, so I love to connect. So, I'm wonderful now. I was sad earlier, but now I'm great. Like, you know, that's why things happen, because these energies that are just wandering around, they attach. And
Get
sometimes it's like
get a spirit
they
trap,
don't know how to heal.
a spirit trap. That's what I need to do right now, or here soon.
That's what it is. Believe it or not, you just gave it a perfect turn. When people are substance outs, they're pretty much, they trap spirits. They're spiritual magnets that are
Yeah.
looking for a way to figure out what happened, or these spirits are probably like, if they weren't able to cross because of punishment or X, Y, and Z, they're looking for somebody to do their bidding. Why, Johnny? Can you share? Because now all of a sudden, all the psychics, I said it first though. I said it first. So y'all could thank me. Now all of a sudden, everybody's saying that he, that it was planned. I'm like, it was planned. The wife said it was planned. They knew who did it. They knew. Really, Johnny? Oh my God, that's your birthday rapper. But I said it first, and I said it. It was planned. The wife knew, and they did it out of envy and spite. Cause homeboy, in 2 years after this November, after this September, he was gonna go hard because he just remixed Por Mi Mexico, and it hurt me. That death hurt me because they took him before he reached his peak where he was gonna be doing. I could have probably seen him like in Hollywood too, like acting out a part or something, because he was gonna be bigger than what he was. So, oh, that's your birthday rapper. That's so cool, friend. But I don't know. I was rooting for him. I was rooting for him
I like your
for
red
real.
statue. I just got my first red statue like a month or two ago. I didn't have one, and then the homie sent bought it off my wish list, and I got it. And she has the scales too in her hand.
Well, I got her because I was gonna buy her. Kim, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna put you on this game right now. Let me tell you something. And this I know because I've seen it. I'm gonna put you on game. The reason that we go through our traumas and our experiences is because We're supposed to teach others how to get over it, how to get through it, so they can transcend to the next level of their life. And I don't talk about my traumas. I don't talk about the stuff I went through. It wasn't as bad as other people's, but I have my little things too. But you know why I don't talk about it? Because I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want people to feel sorry for me, you know?
That's why I don't talk about mine so much anymore. Like things gotten way better for me, but at the same time I still have trauma from it, and little things still happen, right? And I don't like talk about it too much anymore on here. I just want to be a spiritualist and elevate, you know.
And that's what I do. I'm going to help you elevate yourself. That's what I do. That I'll help you heal. I'll help you heal and elevate yourself to be the best you that you could be. That's why I don't do love spells. That's why, like, my work, and I take my spiritual work very personal because I've been mentoring a few little kids here and there, a few younger devotees, like real baby devotees, and they're talking to me and they're asking me questions, and I get it. But then it's like when I have to tell them, this is why you're not elevating. When you break this cycle, you're gonna be fine,
Yeah.
But I don't like to focus on my trauma because
You feel the energy too sometimes when you dwell on that.
it's like you bring that constant energy back.
I know there
You
one
bring it back,
for a while I wasn't
and
even
it
talking
becomes.
about my trauma. So I'm sorry, but uh, I wasn't even talking about my trauma by all for a while, and then things started happening. I was just holding it in, and then I started just talking about it again, even on video, like venting it out, and it does kind of give it energy. But I do feel like there's gonna be cycles ending soon, and in my life at least, and rebirth or whatever.
And I feel that my rebirth, like, people don't know, and they're like, when people meet me, it depends how you meet me. Like, most of the time, I'm just always in freaking leggings, or I'm in leggings and a t-shirt with a big purse, cause that's my thing. But when you talk to me, it's different. Or even when I work, I'm just different. Joanna, if you want to know, um, maybe I'll start doing like $10 yes or no questions. I don't know yet, cause I don't know. That's You probably do, friend. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You probably do, but if you really want to know, yeah. And yeah, and I'm just like very, very like that. But depending how you meet me, because
Different perspective of
when
yourself.
you depending on the perspective of myself that y'all get me at the time, because y'all catch me with makeup and contacts and freaking a pair of red high heel shoes and a black dress, y'all better run. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all better fucking run. That is not the aspect y'all want to see me in.
The
Because if
seductress.
I have to wear a dress and red high heels, mm, that means I got work to do.
I know the seductress.
No, not even like that. Is I'm gonna go. I That means work. That means work. When you catch me in business attire, or when you catch me like with my glasses, my ponytail, whatever, like it's different depending how you catch me. Depending how you catch me, and it makes a huge difference. But normally, I'm very low key.
Long live cowgirls.
You know. You mean the cowgirl cheerleaders or like the cowboys? Like, I'm now questioning because everybody here loves the cowboys.
my
Don't
family,
nobody.
my family, some of my family is live in Texas. We're Tejano by blood.
My brother, he tattooed like the cowboy star. I'm like, really, really, sir. So yeah, I don't know who Morgan Wallen is, friend. If it's country music, I really don't.
Neutral cholo.
Neutral Cholo Johnny, you for real? So like it depends how you catch people and what they're doing for that day, but
Usually I'm scrubbing in some basketball shorts and chilling at home, doing spiritual work or chilling. Just that's what I do. I literally love spirituality, and lately they've been telling me to elevate, like read books and study more, like a lot. And I even had dreams they sent me to go to the library and all types of stuff.
because reading helps, right? Believe it or not, like I my gifts are natural.
Yeah,
And it's like when people are like, "What book did you read?" I'm like, "Girl, I didn't even know I could do half this stuff. I didn't even know that there was a term for everything that I could do."
right. That's exactly what happened to me because I've been an empath my whole life. My mom is born empath, and it's passed down from my family bloodline, right? And I'm the firstborn. My mom's the firstborn. So, and then my dad is like firstborn, like many generations firstborn. I'm past father to father, father to son, firstborns. So, so yeah. But also, I think I have a tribe in Mexico, Zapotecos, and
Hmm.
they speak Nahuatl out there, and my family speaks Nahuatl. So does my padrino and madrina down here speak Nahuatl, or my padrino does, and so yeah, I have like indigenous ties.
That's awesome, friend. I got indigenous ties too a lot, but
I think that's
you
why
know,
one time, I don't know if this was true, but one time I almost fell to the ground when I channeled something. I was turning on my water faucet, and I turned on my water faucet right at my sink in my old house, and I never channeled like this or had a vision like this before. But I almost, like, my knees buckled and almost fell down, and I channeled the Milankutli and Mitekasi Wat were my ancestors.
and if you have Nahuatl blood like that and you work with the Santísima, it's more than likely because when I had the Santísima, when I had Mr. Micante Kutli and Mr. Castival, my experience with Mr. Micante Kutli, it was like
He's savage. Let's just put it that way. He doesn't play. Every time I channeled
he
him,
doesn't.
I would like demonically manifest. I would, like, my body would like and I would speak in tongues. He would be speaking through me because the way I channel is sometimes they speak through me. Santa Muerte will speak tongues through me, and I'll hear her voice in my mind, and then that's how I channel. And someone told me that's how, kind of like how paleros channel or dude work,
Yeah,
and someone,
because with the palero is what you do is get like you pass the spirit
yeah,
and you have to have somebody sit down and write down what they're saying. And this I know this because I work like my elders they did that kind of stuff. One of the viejitas I used to go see, she was both ella estaba rayada en palo and she was crowned santo.
yeah,
And her sister, because it was a pair of sisters, she would come in and when she would cleanse me, she would either use her Native American spirit that was there with her, her Indio.
yeah,
The Santa has came down plenty of times to give me a hug, and other spirits that they worked with, and that's how I learned more about the importance of the ancestors and how to work with the muertos, how to work with
yeah,
your dead, your ancestors and the dead, because it makes a huge difference
yeah,
versus just going out in there because the gods, if you can't speak to your ancestors, how are you going to speak to your spiritual court? How are you going to
yeah.
speak to the gods, the goddesses? Like, how do you know
So that's one
how to
thing.
talk to them? Or because a lot of people, they disrespect them.
Yeah.
A lot of people be disrespecting the gods and the goddesses, thinking that they're honoring them. Bro, whatever. That's your journey, not mine. I ain't getting in there. You don't.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
y'all's
wanting to
whole
do
thing.
ancestral work too, but I was doing a little bit, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And they've been telling me since I've been here to do ancestral work too, but yeah, you are right too. But also, all the ancestors, I've learned that all the ancestors not are Some of them don't want to be bothered. Some of them don't
They
have your
don't.
they don't have your best interest in at hand. So you don't call on all your ancestors. You call on the ancestors that want to help you through your trials and tribulations and in your path and your life journey.
That is true, friend. That is true, Johnny. A lot of paleros, they recognize her as a different entity because they talk to her different. And it's true, friend. Some of the ancestors, they do not. They it depends because I met some paleros that once they gotten to know her, they have her to help them channel better, but to each their own. And I love her. Like, that's my mama. And it's true. Some of the ancestors, they don't want to be bothered. They're already finished.
Yeah.
They're already finished. They're already finished with their cycle. Why are you over there bothering her? She's gonna be mad.
Yeah, I dreamt
She's
of my
probably over there
ancestral home
having a
before.
cup with Chalino. You over here bringing over here your grandma, and she's like, "F y'all." She's over there listening to Pedro Infante, and y'all over here. Y'all over here stopping her, calling grandma down here while she's over there living her best life with Pedro Infante and Jose Alfredo Jimenez, listening to them to the free concerts in heaven, and y'all over here bothering her over some dang petty ass shit.
Yeah,
No.
I'm the chosen generation of my family, so I had dreams of my ancestral home already a couple times, and they wanted me to rebuild it because the family against me was was tearing it down by coming against me. So they wanted me to rebuild that for my ancestors. So my ancestors do back me from both sides of my family, I'm pretty sure, but especially my mom's side, because I don't know what my dad's side ancestors look like. But my dad's side, they're all from Mexico, and my mom told me that they're all brujos and brujas. So that's why I get a lot of knowledge when I download from in my mind with my spiritual gifts, because all my ancestors from my dad's side are indigenous and brujas and brujos from Mexico, deep Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I get
Yeah, Johnny.
knowledge that I shouldn't even be knowing. You know?
That's true, friend. You be getting the knowledge that you don't even like. I had a friend, right? He was jealous, but when I channeled. Granted, I was not sober when I was channeling, but he felt safer. Chino, there's a lot of brujos everywhere in Mexico. Not just Veracruz. Don't limit yourself to Catemaco, friend. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I went up against, and it's not to toot my own horn, right?
Oh,
Because we don't
chupacabra.
do that here. It's
Just
not.
playing.
I went up against one of my supervisors at the time, and I was just a young mocosa. I went up against her. But let me tell you something. This lady was Cuban. Palera, Santera, whatever it is that she had. And she was using Native American magic to keep her position. Me and my elders, we knocked her ass down.
So that's what they were using against me, because I had a dream of the Native Americans attacking me, and there were like 30, 40 deep in this dream, right? And there was a Santa Muerte devotee in that dream too, which one of them was attacking me from California and Southern Cali, and then there was another someone else in there, and another black dude that was attacking me as well, which I think he's connected to the natives. So in this dream, they were all attacking me and ganging up on me 30, 40 deep, right? And I was by myself. And what had happened was Milankuli didn't like that shit. Indigenous versus indigenous. So he came to me, filled me up in my dream. He basically possessed me, spoke in tongues, and basically 2/3 of them disappeared.
Yep. And he's like that. But that's what Miklanta Kutli does. He eats.
Yeah.
He eats. Like,
Yeah.
he gets rid of, like, Mitakasiwat is a preserver. She preserves the bones, she preserves the knowledge, she preserves the daily use of function of whatever it is that we need at the time. And Miklanta Kutli excels. He gets rid of what's no longer useful.
Yeah. He came to like when my dreams when I speak in tongues, it's really strong because I'm already in the spiritual realm speaking in tongues. And when he came to me, like, because I've had Santa Muerte possess me in my dreams, and I've had Milancutli possess me in my dreams. When the Santa Muerte came to my dreams, there was a yellow house full of devotees attacking me. I had just swum up the river, cleansing myself basically, and there were people chasing me, and I was up swimming up the river, cleansing. And I walk into this yellow house. This house was full of devotees of La Santísima, and a couple other witches that weren't even devotees; they were associates of devotees. And Santa Muerte possessed me fully, and this dream was unlike. It was so real. Like I felt like I can do anything in the freaking world. Like I felt invincible. Her whole full power was angry flowing through me, and I was vibrating. And she just possessed me in that dream and started yelling at all the devotees with nothing but anger. And a lot of them disappeared in that dream. And there was only like 3 or 4 people left out of like probably like 20, 30 people. Um, and I was like, what the fuck? And I woke up remembering how it felt, her full power, angry, flowing through me, vibrating, feeling like I was like, it was just like euphoric feeling, like, I don't know, felt almost like I took substances, like, where you feel invincible on something. And it was just like
Hmm.
this, her full energy was flowing through me. And it was just an amazing feeling, something I can never forget. And she's just amazing and beautiful.
Well, you know what it is, friend, that there's a lot of fake devotees out here that
Yeah.
they're using her as a front to just profit off
Yeah.
whatever it is that they're selling. So they're selling her stuff, and their devotion is not like a sincere devotion.
It's like a trend and aesthetic.
It's as trend and an aesthetic to sell, to just
That's
profit
what
off of her. And
I'm
I'm
pretty
just
sure that's
like,
what people thought I was doing at first, and I was kind of doing that at first. When I first devoted, I was feeling like I was cool. I was trying to fit in and talk to all these devotees, and I was doing that at first, even though my devotion was still real, but I was still like trying to be cool and fit in, right? And then I started humbling myself because my devotion is real. I pray every single day to Mi Santa, and 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 now I'm more humbled about it, and that's why I don't even like speak about her too much anymore because I felt like I just need to humble. I don't need to prove myself to nobody. I don't need to prove my devotion to money. Me and Santa Muerte know what our relationship is. Why do I need to prove it to another devotee? They need to worry about themselves.
mm-hmm. And see, for me, it's like even if I was to sell her, if let's say if I was to like sell her statues, I don't know, like I was asked to do it. I have people ask me in my DMs on the gram. They ask me that for, hey, do you sell statues? I'm like, at the rate that I'm going, I should because I have like over 120 statues of her.
Yeah.
You know, I have some that are not even they're not even unwrapped yet. But it's a reason why they're not unwrapped. There's a reason. She's gonna tell me why. And like, yeah, that's right. I want to overprice them. I would be reasonable, but just know everything's expensive now, Kim.
I've been
But
wanting
I
to
do
make
represent.
statues, learn how to make statues and bracelets, but I just haven't got to it.
It's a lot, friend. Making them, it's a lot. It's not easy work, and you have to know how to mix the resin and how to do things. No, if I was to make statues, oh my god, I would probably spend like maybe like 5 months just on one statue. You know, I have painted a few. I have painted a few of my statues just to give her a little bit more personality. And I have blinged out a few of my statues because, you know, I felt that she needed bling.
The only thing is, like, if I made bracelets or statues, when I do artistic stuff, I get attached to it because I made it and I don't want to give it away. So I would like overcharge, not trying to overcharge, but just to make me feel better. Because I get attached to my art. Because I draw really good. I could do portraits and everything. Because I learned when I was locked up or whatever. But I could do portraits and all that. So it was. I get attached to my art. Like I didn't want to ever want to sell my art, but I would because that brought food to my table.
No, me. Yeah, but if I ever was to do that, it would be a lot. But I enjoy, but it's like that's what I noticed here, and most of the English TikTok speaking community, I block them because
Me too.
it's like everybody, 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 like they're just, oh my god, it just got too intense for me, and I'm just like, you guys are just going on and on over your ego and over envy because
Right.
somebody somebody figured out how to make some money,
Right.
and y'all jealous that that person is making money off the ads. Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I can't have this negativity about it. The only person that I follow and we're is Dustville. That's the only one.
I blocked all those devotees that were fighting with each other. I dropped a
Yeah,
couple of them too that were just talking shit about me, and then I figured another devotee confirmed it for me, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's the same dream that I had of that person, that devotee attacking me from California, and so they confirmed it already. So it's like, you know what I mean. I was already, and that was Santa warning me. Santa even
okay.
came to my dream with one devotee. She came in the black robe, watching over me, and while the devotee was trying to set me up and do stuff against me, right? And she came in the black robe against me. They were trying to chase me in my dream. I turned around, and the cops ended up coming right there and stopping them in a race, in a line of cops, stopped them and arrested them in my dream, and it was crazy.
So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not involved over here anymore. I just blocked them all. I'm just like, y'all over here trying to be cliquey and trying to teach, and y'all don't even know what y'all teaching. You got some people. I'm like, they don't even know what they're teaching. To be honest. Hi Rosales, bienvenido.
Yeah, that's why I usually ask you when I have like some deeper questions. I have a couple devotees I ask who've been devoted longer, because I still don't know everything, right? But I know I've been learning.
Yeah. So for me, like that's why I just mostly keep to myself. I don't really mess with a lot of people on here because it's the same thing. Like the drama is just like,
Same
bro,
cycles,
the moment
different
it
day,
starts,
different
it's just like
situations.
it's the same cycle. I've been devoting for at least give or take 20 years. It's hard for me to keep because I don't feel like I age at all. Yeah, they're acting like they're ordained disciples and that their way is the only way. I'm like, no, bro, there's more ways. Like, remember, Santissima accepts everybody because the only thing we're promised in life is her.
I'm an ordained minister,
You're ordained. I'm not. Well, I'm a medicine woman.
medicine woman.
Yeah, I'm a medicine woman.
I think I'm kind of a medicine too because I take herbal teas all the time and like mugwort and all types of stuff, different things.
Nah, for me, I have been with her for so long. Yeah, we pray. I pray to her every day. I do. I sit there and I talk to her. I'll go drink my coffee with her. Or when I'm very like, I try not to sit in front of her when I'm very sad because I know, like, I don't know. I don't like to give her that sadness. I'll just go hug my cat and release the sadness and just be like, and then he will get mad and he's like, get up. He'll scratch me and he'll be like, shut the F up and do something creative with yourself, you know? And like, and I pray to her. And when I pray to her, like, I try to keep my mood neutral and happy. That's why when I met her, when I've encountered her, um, I No, no, I express myself to her. God forbid I'm angry. And when I'm angry, I really try not to talk to her about it. You know? Thank you so much for the roses and all the love. Like, I try to keep myself neutral, and then once I'm like in a better mood, um, then I'll go talk to her and just be like, look, this happened to me today. And she's like, okay, that's fine. You're gonna be okay. That's it. Oh my god. Um, have the person send you a hand. Or you know who can send you a hand?
What's that
If
hand?
possible, hit up my friends at the Little Botanica on TikTok. They'll probably be able to sell you a hand.
What's that hand called? The hands, the ritual hands. What are they called?
Which ones?
I don't know. I remember seeing a ritual hand. I forgot what it was called. They used to take it off a, a perished man's body.
Oh Lord, friend, we're not doing all that.
You're not talking about it right now.
Well, like there was way
Old school ways.
that's necromancy.
Yeah.
No, not necromancy. That's necro work,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
The hand, that's like pretty much death work with
Yeah.
bones. I forget the term of it. They would take the person who was perished, if they were rich, or if they were like a strong practitioner, or they had something, they would take the hand and they would keep it for ritual work, to have the hand of somebody that has passed to be there.
You know what candle I like is the Hand of God candle. I like that candle.
Hmm.
I used it once and I didn't even know what it was for really, but I used it for protection, and it was really good.
Yeah, that one's a good candle to have. Like the cerios, those church cerios, anything, like any candle that you get at the church, if it's been blessed, because like there was a church when I was working with my Nina's Botanica, we'd go buy a box of veladoras from one of the churches in LA. We would buy the box of veladoras, and she would be like, I'm like, what's the difference with these candles? And she would be like, these are church candles. They're holy, blah, blah, blah. And then my mama, her sister was not feeling too good. And she's like, Mija. I'm like, no, I'm not. She goes, I'm like, I don't like your sister. She goes, Mija, she's a mom. You're a mom now too. She goes, could you do this for me? Like, and I lit that candle, and whatever my tia had after her surgery, she was fine.
Yeah.
Any church, anything that is like that, you'd be surprised, friend. The studios and everything else, and this was like a special candle that I don't know what was so special about them. I don't know if the wax was different. I don't know if they were animal wax, or I don't know if it was bee wax candles, but I don't think it was bee wax, because the wax was white. It wasn't it wasn't blessed be, friend. Blessings, Johnny. Talk to you soon. But
Blessings.
yeah, like the candles were different, and she told me, she goes, these candles are just for healing people. She goes, these are not for love spells, for nothing. These are straight up for illness. And that was the only thing we used them for. And she's all like, when she asked me, she goes, how many candles do you want? And I told her, like, maybe three, or Cause I always buy like 3 candles every time I go to the stores too. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll either. I'm like 3, and my mom was telling me about her sister, and I'm just like, I don't want to. Cause mind you, I'm a Scorpio, so I be holding grudges, and if I don't like people, I don't like people. But because my mama asked me, it was different. So she's like, can you help her so she don't go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it, ma.
I heard a quote the
And
other
I
day.
lit that candle for her. And whatever surgery she had, she was fine.
I heard a quote the other day. Holding grudges is like drinking poison and thinking you're hurting the other person.
Oh no, that's my security blanket, friend. Me holding grudges, but I don't dwell on the grudges. I'm
Yeah.
not sitting there and just be like, I hate this person.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I'm
Feeding
just like,
energy
you know
into it.
what?
You just remember.
13. We got 13 viewers in here. No, no. Um, what was I saying?
I did a healing count before
My
the Halloween.
ADHD kicks in. My grudges are like for protection for myself, for my protection use. It's just like don't trust that person. That's what my grudges are. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting there focused on the pain and the betrayal and nothing. It's just
Yeah.
like
The envy. You just remember and you just like, okay, I don't fuck with that person.
yeah, exactly. I don't fuck with you. Why? Because you're not a good person. You
Yeah.
pretend to be people's friends,
Yeah.
but then you betray them when they no longer. I'm like, I don't need you.
Yeah.
You need me now, but you didn't think about it.
Yeah. Number
You didn't
13, the
think about it
cycle of
before you
muerte is
did what
over.
you did.
And with 13.
So, um, I'm like, I'm gonna go play over here and build my own little castle with my own Legos. I'm not gonna share like that. That's my form of like holding a grudge. It's not well against Jesus. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have a grudge against Jesus, but that's like from a few previous lives ago. So yeah, but it's okay.
I had a
It's
dream of a
okay.
past life. I had a past life dream regression, and I was a brujo in a past life or a practitioner, and I had power and authority over fire, which is my element in this lifetime too. And I would snap my fingers. I was in a black cloak, and I would snap my fingers, and the candles would light automatically with just my thought.
And you know what, friend? People do be like that. People
Yeah,
are like, no, it's not true. It's not true. I'm like, y'all just don't know the true level of. Yes, I love Legos because I like to build. I like to build things. I like to create things. I'm like, I'll go play with my own Legos. Don't touch my Legos. Get your own. It's okay, Ken. We'll be here for a little bit longer. But yeah, like I've had dreams where I was in when I was in past lives too, but this time was like
Lego
I
my
was
ego.
hypnotized. I was hypnotized into that past life because I wanted to know why I was struggling so much as a woman in this lifetime. And my connection to Jesus too, because I couldn't connect and I was feeling guilty. It's like, dang it, I can't connect to Jesus. And I was feeling guilty and I found out why. And it's because I'm currently, oh yeah, like I paid for it. I paid for that session though. I went to a hypnotist to hypnotize me because I had questions. And then when they told me that I was a Native American chief, that I was a very successful chief that started my life as a human and transcended to be the God of my people, um, I figured out why I was holding a grudge against the Christianity was because when Christianity was brought into our lands, my people stopped believing in their ancestral ways, and I was mad. And in this lifetime, I'm a Mexican woman who is a very rebellious spirit, and I do not follow the cultural norms of being la calladita te ves más bonita. I speak my mind. I do what I want. I don't like to give explanations to nobody. And I was brought up, my mom kind of brought me up like a little boy. She didn't teach me how to cook, how to clean, how to be a wife, you know? Hey, Cherry.
What's
So
up,
in
Cherry?
this lifetime, I'm struggling to accept my role as a woman, and I'm stuck in this toxic masculinity from past lives, from my previous lives, because I went to four of my previous lives, you know? Four of my previous
I've
lives.
been
We
wanting
did
to.
a four cycle.
I wanted to go look into my past lives, but I don't like people. Literally, I don't like getting readings or people in my energy unless I kind of trust them. I have trust issues.
Grant, I got trust issues too, but let me tell you something straight up. I'm very picky about the people that I let read me because I gotta see where their energy is. Because some people where I was about to get a TikTok reading off this TikTok because this other creator was just like, you should go, you should go, you should go. I didn't feel comfortable. I'm just like, no, I don't feel right. And that person's energy is not the energy I want tapping into mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't. I'm just like, no, if something just don't feel right, I don't. But that time, because I was very curious as to why, because I was really feeling guilty about my relationship with Jesus. I'm like, why is it that I have a relationship with almost every Catholic saint, but me and Jesus just, what's going on? And apparently, like, I guess I didn't convert to Christianity in them one of them past lives, and I was mad at Jesus because my people left me for him. So that's
I'm gonna
the
come to Texas and
Christianity. And
baptize you.
huh?
I said I'm gonna come to Texas and baptize you.
You're not gonna baptize me, friend. I'm already baptized. I'm a baptized Catholic. I'm
Me
a
too.
confirmed Catholic too. I
Me
did my
too.
confirmation when I was little. They
Me too.
confirmed me.
Me too.
They confirmed me. They baptized me. I had no say in my religion. They baptized me and then they confirmed me too. You know,
Me
they did the
too.
whole confirmation thing.
I
I'm
did
like,
that
God
too.
dang, you're over here.
I used to
I'm
go
like,
take the
what
Bible study
the
classes when I
hell?
was a kid, and then they confirmed me too, and then the first communion, everything.
So, and then when I went, because the lady, when she did this, she was a professional at whatever it is, the professional hypnotist, because she hypnotized me to my back, to my. Okay, Cam, well, still, if you have questions, I got answers, girl. Um, she hypnotized me. She was a professional hypnotist. She sent me a video. She sent me a voice email to prep me to go into her session like a month before. Take care, LSM Guerrero. And then she prepped me. And when I went into the session, when I hit it, she goes, "What do you want to know?" I'm like, "I want to know why I'm struggling and why I can't connect to Jesus and why I'm struggling." Hola, hola, Eron, ¿cómo estás? Because it was a thing. I'm just like, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe something might be wrong. And I just wanted to know. And when I went in, like, she told, like, it came out why. And I'm like, dang, I'm holding a real grudge against Jesus from the past lifetime, and that's why I can't connect. And let me tell you how this is so weird because the moment I had that dream, the moment, not that dream, when I had that experience with the whole hypnotism thing, um, like the next day I went to Ross. I went on a Ross trip and I found a little coin silver bracelet with a Native American chief on one side of the coin, and on the other side of the coin it had an eagle. And I'm just like, no mother effing way. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty clear. And I got the bracelet for $9.95, which
Nice.
was on clearance. Bien, bien, y a ti,
I
Karen, ¿cómo te
I
va?
always have this
¿Cómo te va?
falcon watching over me. So at my old house, this falcon. It'll always be outside. It's a falcon or an eagle. I can't remember. I don't know exactly, but it always glides and flies in high up in the air, right? Oh, mi niña blanca, but with the rainbow from
It's a
dark,
temperance card.
dark,
I love it.
from dark to light.
I love this one.
Yeah.
This is one
So
of my favorite cards. It's
so at
because
my
it's a
old
temperance
house,
card.
it was a falcon or eagle. I think it was a falcon, and it's always gliding way up and high in the sky. But one day I lit a candle and there wasn't supposed to be lightning outside, right? Or thunder or nothing. And I hadn't lit a candle for a while and I really needed to, but I was just wasn't I was burnt out and stuff. And so I did. I lit a candle to God, I think it was, and I go the next day. This happened to me like 2 or 3 times where I light a candle and it's not supposed to lightning and thunder, and it does. Um, it's crazy, but it happened like 2 3 times already to me. But anyways, this was the first or second time, and I lit the candle to God, and it starts lightning and thundering outside because I was getting spiritually attacked and physically attacked, and and it wasn't supposed to thunder or lightning. And I go outside. As soon as I walk outside, the neighbor comes outside and looking at the lightning. You know, it's pretty outside. You know, and the falcon flies right in front of me in the lightning. Like it didn't go. You know how birds are supposed to like go in the trees and hide or whatever when they're lightning and thunder. This bird flew
Yeah.
right in front of me, like came down low, right in front of me and flew. And I was like, I already knew what it was. You know, I think I told you that before, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the falcons, the thing about falcons is like and the raptor species in general, like the eagles, they can fly above the storms.
yeah,
That's why the eagles are very closely related to God in general, you know? They're very godly creatures was because they're on top of the food chain. They can reach all those heights. And the falcons, they usually have messages for you. Like the falcons and hawks and all that stuff, they usually have some type of message for you.
yeah. Now I moved over here, and there's a falcon always flying over me, over my complexes now. So I'm like, dang. And what you told me was it? I think it was you. You told me that was a dove the other day when I posted it in my window.
Uh-huh.
Those the I didn't know those were doves. I thought they were pigeons because they keep doing that that little sound.
Yeah, they're morning doves. They go,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
cool.
So I didn't know what those were. They used to follow me at my old house too, and I'd pray every day, and I would hear them, and I thought it was a lechuza, and they were saying that's a lechuza. They're trying to like play mind games, scare me and shit. But I don't really get scared like that anymore. Like you know, what I mean? But I was like, and I never seen an owl outside, so I was like, it's not a lechuza. But anyways, so it started when I started praying, like not started praying, but I started hearing them randomly, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then when I moved over here, I found out it was a dove. So the dove's been like basically stalking me and not stalking me, but being there for me, but and warning me. And the dove is Holy Spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love doves. My cat used to bring me unalived ones all the time as gifts.
Yeah.
He would go in the trees and knock over their little nests.
Yeah. So I was praying on my altar
Or he would
when I posted that picture.
unalive their offspring in the trees. Because I would call him and he would come down from the trees. But yeah, we'd get him in the morning too. The other day when I went to go to work the other day, I saw some, and it was just like that whole path was just full of doves, not pigeons, doves, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay,
I thought it was a pigeon. Like I was literally praying to God at my altar, and I look out the window, and two of them come right there, and that one I caught on camera, and I was like, "Oh, those are the doves." They go, "Turr," and they always like sometimes, and I love Santisima's crows because when I pray to her, it's like almost every day. As soon as I start praying to her at her altar, I hear a crow, or as soon as I walk out my back door, I hear a crow, and I'm like, "All right, Santisima," and I kiss my pendant.
right, you should feed them the offerings that are from your altar
No, I give
anytime that you're done.
I haven't seen the crows close by, but I give I had a Archangel Michael crackers. I gave him crackers, um, and I feed the birds with that too. I put them around my yard, and the birds come and eat it.
Yeah, because that's what I do. I throw out all the food and everything else, anything that we don't eat, I throw it outside because something's gonna eat it,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So, um, Yeah, friend. So that's why right now, like that's just my thing because I'm stuck in toxic masculinity. I'm stuck in that toxic masculinity because I was a man in past lives.
I'm bossy.
And
Like song keeps popping in my head for you.
which one? I'm bossy.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am. I'm
bossy.
very
No, 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 no. I don't know the other words.
well. I get that from my dad. I get that from my dad too. I'm very bossy because of him because he's like a natural leader and I'm a natural leader.
I'm stunting like my daddy. Uh,
Stunning like my daddy, and I'm just like, dang it, dad, really? And we can't stand each other. We cannot because we're so alike. But yo soy de Guerrero, Aaron. Yo soy de Guerrero.
Yo soy de Oaxaca.
Friend, like if you're struggling with your own identity right now, it's hard.
So struggling with their own
It's my
identity
daddy's fault.
is some.
Me and my dad, we clash a lot because we have a lot of the same personality. And he's just like, he's bossy and I'm very bossy too because it's like, bro, I got the bossiness from you, but
If you remind me
it's
later, I'll
fun.
make a video. The bunny rabbit profile. I'll make a video about the identity thing because I had lost myself severely to psychic attacks while being drugged and stuff like that. So I literally lost my mind and I rebuilt myself up in spirituality. So like the old me doesn't exist anymore. It literally passed, and the old me is a ghost. And I built myself up because the substances ruined my mind. To I kept repeating stuff like I was like mentally challenged, right? Like I would always repeat stuff to myself because my mind got tore up from substances of being um, people giving me things, and I would felt like I was like titiri, and I had rebuilt myself up. The old me passed and doesn't exist anymore. It's a ghost, and I rebuilt myself up in spirituality with God first, and then Santa Muerte, and then spirituality.
Funny, like, how old are you, friend, if you don't mind me asking? Because it depends what type of, where are you in your lifetime, you know?
Yeah, I'm the Ascended Master number.
Bro, you're only 25. Oh my dear Jesus. You got a whole,
No,
what are you going to do when you're 30 or when you're 40?
yeah.
When you're not old, but you feel old? Oh my dear Jesus, God happen.
So
You're
yeah,
gonna go through those. It's like when you're ending a cycle and you don't know how to begin, right? It's like you're starting over. You're starting from zero, not from one, but from zero. So right now, I don't know what you were before. I don't know what kind of person you were before. And right now, I don't know if you're surrounded by kids, but sometimes we get stuck in the role of being like, I was stuck in the role of being my son's mother for so long that I forgot about me. I was just like my son's mom.
one thing that helps you
I
find
was
your
my
identity or find yourself is journaling. Because when I was losing myself, I started journaling. I have journals with prophetic dreams in it that I have never posted yet, and they're coming true to this day. I had them 3, 4, 5 years ago, and they're coming true still to this day. And time, and they're dated and everything. You know what I'm saying? And so they're prophetic journals, and you know what I mean. People used to call me a false prophet and all this, all of that. You're not a prophet, like because of the way I look and stuff. But like once people started seeing, okay, this fool's dreaming in the future all the time. What can we say? He's not real. Like, you know what I mean?
oh Lord, that's how you're struggling. Okay, start a new journal and start take some if you can take days off from work, like take some PTO days. And I suggest that you just go somewhere and be alone. Take your Santa Muerte statue with you. And you have to do shadow work because that's a trigger when you feel that there's something missing. Well, what is it? You have to start doing shadow work to feel whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish with yourself. And it happens, believe it or not, it happens all the time. It's part of being human in this lifetime where you lose yourself and being this specific role. And when that role ends, it's just like, what do you do
Feel
next? You
lost.
know?
Yeah.
Where are you going next? So you're looking for purpose. Because one thing that I noticed about this realm, about the earth realm, is that we're always striving for purpose. We're always searching for purpose. Sometimes it's not searching for purpose. Sometimes you have to create your purpose and see where you fit in, you know? Like
Yes.
my work, like I love my 9 to 5 job. I love my job. I love my career. I love it. Is it something that I want to do for the rest of my life? Sometimes I think about it, yes. But if I could do something for the rest of my life, it's doing spiritual work. But not just any work, because I'm not gonna do like petty stuff, you know. I like to help people elevate themselves. That's what I love to do. That is my passion. I wanna help you. I wanna hold your hand, help you get to where you have to go to, and help you be successful, because by you being successful, I'm be happy because I helped you get to that. You know, it's not something that I'm doing out of pride and ego. No, it's because that's what I love to do.
It's satisfying. It's a passion to help people, for people like us, because it literally brings light to us, because we're channeling the energy of healing and positivity while producing help for others and bringing more positivity into other people's lives. And so it elevates us both of us in a sense, but mostly for that other person, because it's satisfying from our heart chakra.
Ay, me da gusto que tu niña esté bien. And it is great because it comes from the heart. Like, I help people and I can feel the energy after the reading is done. After the reading is done, like I can feel their energy and they're thanking me, and I just feel this peace and joy. But it's not something that I'm addicted to, you know,
Yeah,
because a lot of people they get addicted to that energy of being like praised by outside and being the gratitude. I don't
yeah,
feel that. I like to be like I don't know. It's a good energy to feel, and now I know why people do it. But for me, it's more like um I don't know. It's just what I like to do because I want to see progress. You know, that's why I work with special needs individuals. You know, it's because I help them achieve whatever little goals they have or whatever. But it's just to see them progress from point A to point B, knowing that like 6 months ago they couldn't even do anything, and now they're just like, heck yeah, you know, you're doing it. Keep going. You know, that's just how I feel about it. You know, like that's what I like to do.
yeah. Um, it's crazy.
So that's what I like to do. I like to help people like that.
I really want to like help people too, like go feed the homeless and do humanitarian work. That's something, one of my goals in the future.
And my thing is, I like to work with special needs people. Aaron, si quieres una pregunta, si quieres que te saque la suerte, mándame un mensaje en privado para que puedas mandar tu donación. You know. So,
Is it Walmart? Thief. No, I'm just kidding.
really funny. You be doing like no mames, wait. 3 witches in your dream. It sounds like you might need a consult, friend. 3 witches in your dream. But what were they doing? What were they doing in their dream? Were they hurting you or were they just watching you?
They were watching,
That's
standing up.
me.
Were they wearing robes?
Bunny, were they wearing robes?
Yeah.
Black robes for doing
Yeah,
rituals.
I just seen them in my mind. Black robes. I was channeling. I see them in my mind. Black robes doing magic.
Did
this
they hurt you?
this is why I do readings. If you need a reading, let me know. Just kidding. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
let my friend know. He'll do your reading. He
nah.
does dreaming. So you just saw them?
Yeah, I seen three people in robes, black robes. I didn't see a cauldron or nothing, but it's like a cauldron was there or wanted to be there, and then there was like a black ground, maybe a sigil or a seal in the ground, something like that under something
You
hiding.
need to be careful. You might be around some brujas.
Yeah,
Be very careful when you go out. You might be surrounded by brujas and they know your presence and you feel them.
yeah.
Oh, snaps, friend.
You didn't know I
Or
can
you
channel
might
like
be,
that?
joining a little coven.
I've been wanting to join the coven, but I don't trust people.
Me too, friend, because then people, they just be taking your energy.
Yeah.
Bendiciones, Tony. Que así sea.
One time I had a
You
tick.
need to watch yourself, bunny. You might have some like brujas at work that do brujeria at work.
So I used to tell people I can channel the candle work against me, right? And I could channel their altars because I would get visions of people's altars, even if it's cloaked. I can get through the cloakings, right? And one
Hmm.
time they kind of tested me. Someone came in, and they were doing a working with Samael, and they were like, "Hey, can you tell me if my candle work's gonna work or something?" So I don't know the question. I forgot exactly what the question was, but he's like, and I was like, um, I channeled it real quick and I told him what the candle looked like exactly on his altar, and I was like, "There's a red candle too." He's like, "No," and then he posted a picture, and there was a red candle behind it, and I channeled it, and he said there was no red candle, and I was like, "What the heck?" But anyways, then I figured out that someone was using Samael against me because Samael came to me and warned me.
That's what it could be because a lot of things, friend, and this happened to this one of my other friends. She practices Hindu, right? And she recently started working with Santissima.
Kalima,
And
shout out to Kalima. Kusote kariya
yeah,
subaru.
well, listen. So how about this lady shows me a candle? Though, let me tell you something. Let me answer this question real fast. Miss Lara, Miss Lara, you might need to get a pink statue for whatever's about to come, and you might want to focus on the pink devotion. If you need a very nice size pink statue, hit up my friends at the Little Botanica. They have pretty pink statues that
They're
are
amazing
about three
too.
feet tall.
Amazing customer service, friendly, informational, all that good stuff.
Tell them we sent you so they know that we're over here sending people. We're working after hours.
After
Yeah.
hours.
So she was telling me, and she showed me the candle work that she lit, right? So she recently started, talking about Mr. Morning Star, and I told her, I'm just like, that's a little odd, but whatever. And then she had the prophetic dream that she did a ritual for her ex-husband. No, the Niña Rosada, she's very different. She's very, 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 very compassionate, and she's very, very tender. She's very kind and very giving. The Niña Roja, she's intense. She's like, go. She's like, go. We're going. We're going. We're going. And nothing is stopping you. She's like, I'll go with no stop signs. But the Niña, the pink one is just like, oh, okay, we'll take our time. We'll go here. How about you focus on yourself? Did you eat today? How about you go eat some food? You need to eat. How about you go do something that makes you feel good? Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done.
Dang, I'm about to go eat some
Like,
frijoles more.
yeah, go eat some food. But that was the thing. Like, she showed me, friend, when I tell you she showed me a picture of the candle and her ex-husband's face was in the candle because the ex-husband was working her.
Yeah.
He went outside and tried to get Mr. Morningstar to go against her. And I guess Mr. Morningstar told her, like, no, girl, no. Like, it was unjustful what they're trying to do, so I gotta step out.
Yeah. I channeled
And
Lucifer before. Um, I was just being facetious, bro. Like one time they were coming into my live stream on my other profile because on my other profile I have like almost 80,000 people, 81,000 or something like that. And
Mhm.
and I used to talk about my life stuff there. I don't really use that account no more because it has too much negative energy on it. But one time they came into my live stream and they were like bragging, "Oh yeah, we work with Satan, this, that, and the other." Like I was supposed to be scared, like a typical Christian supposed to be scared, you know? Like I overcome that fear of witches a long time ago by practicing, you know. Um, but they came in there and it's like, "I work with Satan," da 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 da, and I was like, all of a sudden I just channeled him. Boom, I channeled him. He came real quick and he came cloaked, and and uh, and he came with a chiseled face and his little curly hair. It was kind of cool. And then the next day, I seen him in the sky in the clouds, the same exact face that he showed me, and I and say he wasn't really even really fucking with them. They were just playing mind games.
Friend, I'm gonna tell you something. I personally do not. I do not. I don't work with Mr. Morningstar or Miss Flower
I don't work with them either. That was just
because
only one time I wanted to chill with them because I was like in the mood. They were calling. They were trying to make me scared, and I just did it real quick. I was
do I
impulsive.
judge people that do? Everybody has a thing, and I don't really. Let's just say my darkness lies somewhere else. Do I know who they are? Yes. Have I met them? Of course. Because Mr. Morningstar will send me one of his sons to come tempt me, and I'm just like, why is he a fuckboy? I don't like fuckboys. Try again.
Over here sending you eye candy, huh?
He be sending me the fuckboys. I'm just like, really?
The human form
Really?
incubuses.
Yeah. I be saying, I'm like, and then it ends up being, and then it's like, instead of me, it's like, they end up falling for the trap. I'm just like, bro, I'm just your bad karma. Get over it. You gotta go, you know?
Yeah.
So, do I? Yes, because look, as spiritual practitioners, Bunny, we have to know who they are. Real spiritual practitioners, they can't say, well, I don't know this, I don't know that. But are we always looking for battles with them? No. Let me tell you something. We respect. It's a respect of balance because without them, I don't have no work, and without me, they don't have no work. You know what I'm saying? It's like that checks and balances, right? Because I have to, So, do we know? Yes, we know.
Does that candle have aroma to it? Cause I feel like it does.
Uh, Not really. It's supposed to. Hola, Renee, ¿cómo estás?
I don't know how to summon demon
No,
respect.
it's not something that I do. I don't go over there and call sigils and just go and be like, bro, what's up? I need a favor. No, 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 no. No, not even.
She's about a
It's just like,
business.
it's just about business. It's just like, because that's why we do card readings before we do work, right? We do consults. So it might be in the consult that's just like, not today. They might tell me, not today. You know? They'll tell me, they're like, not this one. This one, you got,
Not today, Satan.
Johnny, not today, Johnny. We're not doing cards. I'm going to post it on whenever I decide to do a pick a card,
I don't
but
know. I might do cards here in a little bit. I don't know yet.
go follow my friend. Siete Potencias, he might do your yes or no. So, like, if it's something where they're telling me, like, no, you're not going to intervene because this is a karma for divine justice or whatever, then I have to sit back. And I have to respect what's just laying on the table at the moment.
Yeah.
But do I know? Do I have to? No.
I've called on
Do
Santa
I
Muerte
want
scales
to?
on myself before multiple times, and nothing happened because I had already cleared my karma from all torture, mental torture, spiritual torture, and physical torture that I've been through.
And so because I have very mixed practitioner blood in me. So, but well, no, I keep it very lighthearted. Miss Karen, you're back. So
Yeah.
yeah,
When I cleared my karma, I was blessed with dragon spirit guides.
I love the dragons.
Me too. They're amazing. I got
They're
one. I got a powerful dragon that came to my dreams before I was like a light worker and spiritual. About 7 years ago, or something like that, 8 years ago. There was I had a prophetic dream, and that was before I started having consistent prophetic dreams. So I didn't even know it was prophetic until these recent years when it started happening. But I had dreams of some of my black homies coming against me, right? And I was in a theater, and I was outnumbered, and they were attacking me, and my brother was there too. It was weird. And then all of a sudden I was outnumbered and overpowered, right? All of a sudden a dragon spirit comes out the movie screen and flies towards me and bonds with me on my hand and leaves a sigil or a mark of a dragon mark on my hand. So in real life, when I figured out these past couple of years that was a real prophetic dream, I put a dragon tattoo in that same mark to honor that dragon, and now I have that dragon guide plus a couple other ones.
no, that's real firm because I seen.
And then I won the battle.
'Cause
I won the battle because of the dragon empowered me because I was outnumbered and alone with basically my brother.
there's a mystery with dragons and practitioners because I too I would see I s- I can't I don't know. Renee, the only Jesus that's coming close to me right now is Mexican Jesus. Okay,
Jesus
and by
Valverde.
and Jesus' name is Mexican Jesus. Jesus, Mexican Jesus that knows how to build stuff, that knows how to cook, that knows how to grill, that knows how to fix a car, that knows how to build my freaking paveway. That's the only Jesus I want.
I know how to do the Macarena.
That knows how to dance, that knows how to like Jesus Valverde works fine for me. So you got me a Mexican Jesus that knows how to do that and that's into medicine with my highlight Joe girl. And he's gotta be 6 foot tall. Okay? In Jesus' name. If it's Mexican Jesus, bienvenido sea Mr. Mexican Jesus. Okay? That's it. I want to hear about any other Jesus that's not Mexican Jesus. That's a Mexican Jesus that knows how to garden, cook, grill, build stuff, fix stuff, you know, all that stuff. That's it. Yeah, who plays Charleno Sanchez and listen to
Yeshua
Charleno
Yahushua.
Sanchez and Tupac.
Yeshua Hamashiach.
So yeah, but because you want to know something funny, Fran?
Huh.
I have a little dragon too.
Nice.
It's a little one. It like I met my little friend. And it's he's little. It's a little guy, and he's always around the house.
Nice.
And it's just like, and I too, I've seen some of my dragon protectors, and they're very pretty.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I
Very
had a
pretty.
dream of a full grown one. It was beautiful in this cave. And then the other one was just crawling around. So I had a baby dragon blessed to me, right? In the spiritual realm. And I talked to a draconian witch, and she said that I shouldn't be able to have that. Well, I'm not shouldn't be able to have it. She said basically only high level draconian witches are blessed with baby dragons. And I was like, well, I got like I got a baby dragon, so I was like, well, you know what I mean, and so that's
But
what to grow with me, I guess.
that's so funny because the little one that I would see, she's little. Like it's a little dragon. It's little,
Yeah,
and it grows. And every time that I see it, and I see that it gets a little bit bigger, it's
but
it's a cute little thing. It's
but
cute, and
dragons also too can be seraphim angels because the seraph is a serpent, and that's why Lucifer transformed into a dragon in the Bible, and Archangel Michael took him down. But um, the seraph angels are serpent angels, and people don't know that esoteric knowledge really. They think all serpents or dragons are bad.
but you know what? It was just a way to keep us away from our roots, though, too, because and in Mexico, the Mexica, they honored the snake.
Yeah,
They honored the
Quetzalcoatl.
snake a lot.
I channeled Quetzal,
Thank
the
you.
feathered serpent. I channeled. I don't know if you were my friend then, but I channeled them before to rebuke evil, and I felt, and I can speak in dragon tongues.
I love Quetzalcoatl. I saw him. You want to know something? I saw him in the clouds the other day because we had because I told you like we just bought a house, right? So when I went and I'm driving, cause we went. I think I had my dog with me too. I don't know, cause that day I took my dog to go cleanse the new house. I cleansed my house spiritually, right? And we were driving. I had to go to Target to get some things, and it was me and my son, and I'm just there at the stop sign, and I just see in the clouds. I saw him in the clouds a big serpent with feathers coming out of his ears, but I saw him like the more like of a snake. Oh my god, I saw him and he was looking dead at me, and I'm just looking at him. I'm just like, oh my god, it's you. And I'm like, hey friend. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, hey friend. I'm like, what's up? And it was a very beautiful, like it was clear in the clouds, and even my son saw. I'm like, look what we look. I'm like, do you not see that? I'm like, what does that look like? He goes, it looks like a snake. I'm like, who does it look like? He goes, it looks like it's a ball. I'm like, yeah, doesn't that look like him?
You
I
know,
saw him clear in the sky. I'm like, hey friend.
so right before I went through something here, I don't know if I told you, but I had moved right, and I was staying in the garage, and I felt something was coming, and I had a warning from Mother Earth because I was praying to Mother Earth, Gaia, and I was praying to God and the Santissima and all that, and the snake was in the garage, and I didn't even know, and my dog started like whimpering, "Burr, burr, burr, burr," and I was like, what's wrong with you? And then ended up biting the snake and making it bleed. And so I pick up that snake with a piece of plastic, and the snake didn't even try to bite me or nothing. I pick it up and I just bless it and throw it outside. And a couple of days later, that snake was warning me, right? A couple of days later, uh, I find the snake skin on the ground. I pick it up, and I was like, "This is a blessing from saving that snake's life," because my dog was about to eat it, and I'm like, I'm vegetarian and vegan. I like to save animals and everything, you know. And every time I release an animal or something or a bug outside, and I find a spider or whatever, I pray over it and free it from any bondage. And so, but anyways, I found a snake skin. I pick it up and put it on my table outside, and my dog grabs it off there and tears it up. And I was like, oh dang! And I'm just thinking, oh, if Mother Earth brings me another one, then it was really from Mother Earth. A couple days later, a bigger snake skin comes, and I'm like, cool. And I knew it was confirmations. I get like real spiritual confirmations like all the time because all I do is spirituality, like, and and then I gave it to Hakate.
Yeah, she likes snakes. Renee, we found God, but we just found a bunch of them. We don't limit ourselves to just one aspect of God. We have various aspects of God. Bendiciones, Rodri. Gracias. So when you open up your third eye,
Honestly,
but it was just like,
I think my third eye's been open my whole life because I used to try to open it and open it and open it, and the whole time I was dreaming of demons since I was a little kid, and I didn't. I was
right.
normal to me, so I was like, why am I trying? And then I never really opened it. It would just I just started elevating.
Well, some of us were born with that third eye open,
Well,
you know, and then it
everyone's born with the third
closes.
eye
It
open.
closes for
Yeah,
protection.
yeah. Everyone's born with
It
the third eye
closes.
open, and then it calcifies over time because our food and our lack of spirituality, and then we
Yeah, our
reopen.
lack of real spirituality.
Yeah.
So everybody's all like, "Oh no!" I'm like, because remember I told you about that friend that he had me. I was intoxicated. I'm not gonna lie, I was not sober, but I would channel, and he wanted me like there was nothing like nothing intimate there or sexual, right? But he just wanted me to channel to give him the secrets of, you know, of riches. He wanted riches. And he would channel, and I would channel a bunch of like spirits. I would channel a bunch of spirits, right? And and he would be like, "What's this?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, he was trying to get it out of me. How to? I'm like, "Why can't you do this?" And he was trying to pass judgment upon us, but he was just always on substances. Like he was always smoking. He was always like
Yeah.
just substance. No, and I told him, I'm like, I warned him. I'm like, you're not supposed to be up there all the time. I'm like, it feels good to open up the doors when we can go and touch the Akashic records and have messages and downloads and figure it out for a minute. I told him, but you can't be up there all the time.
I
I'm like,
channeled the
your
Akashic
mission
records.
is here on Earth. You know, I'm
One
like,
thing I
you
did.
have to bring the knowledge from there and bring it to the earth and apply it, and that way you get to the next level. He's like, no, there's more, there's more, there's more. And he would try to force me to channel, and eventually, like, come to find out, this is where he did wrong. And he did my Santa wrong. Apparently, this friend that he had, she did a love spell on him, and she bound him and she put him in a wine bottle, right?
Uh huh.
And guess, because he was trying to pass on judgment and trying to be, you know, he was trying to be Mr. Holier than thou.
Yeah.
And that friend, he went and he told her, he told her that she needed a candle, right, to steal it or whatever. You wanna know what happened? He pretty much sealed his own fate because guess what candle that girl took? Yes, friend.
Huh. Sorry, I'm spacing out.
He took the Santa's candle. He told her then just take the Santa's candle.
Oh.
And he sealed his fate. And I wanted to go give him, like, you know, to go give him the message. I'm like, bro, you gotta wake up and you gotta do this. I'm like, and you have to break, because I was teaching him how to break the the bind, the binding that was done to him. I'm like, this is how you're gonna do it. And he didn't take me seriously. And since then, like, that's when I had to separate from that friend, because it's just like, bro, you disrespected my mother. And when I asked him, I'm like, why did you tell her that it was okay to take her candle? And he, you know what he told me? He said, well, they use her for, they work with her to do wrong things. I'm like, that's none of your business what people do or do not do with her.
Yeah, because
You
Santa,
did
if
wrong.
Santa Muerte blesses it, then obviously she's okay in it, right?
I told her, I'm like, that's not your business. She's going to handle who she's going to handle when she's going to handle them. You're not the one that's supposed to be stepping on into whatever work's being done or whatever devotion's going on in there. That's why when you told your friend that she should seal the job with her candle, I'm like, she sealed you in that bottle. She sealed you in it. Like you were in that bottle. I'm like, she did a love spell to you, and you sealed it with the Santissima's wax. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, you told her it was okay. Now this is why you're not happy, and this is why you don't have, you don't have a steady partner, and this is why you can't be with
Yeah.
your so-called lawyer, like,
I was talking to other devotees in a group chat, and I was talking about like just marrying people with La Santísima Muerte, right? They were like, that was cool, that's a good idea and stuff like that. But that would be like soul ties. I was thinking about it, it would be like pure soul ties even after death. Um,
yeah,
Blessed. And you know, I mean, I'm an ordained minister, so I can marry people already. And I was asking other devotees, and they gave it the okay on it, to see what they would say. But I would also have to do a lot of studying and a lot more different things to really get in tune with it and pray, meditate with her about it. But yeah, it came to my mind to do those type of things for her, because she wants me to do a lot of more things, but people are not gonna like it from TikTok.
because that's none of TikTok's business, friend. Whatever
Yeah.
you do with people, and that's why, like, my thing is just get a consultation first and see if it's right with her,
Yeah.
because she's gonna tell you like yes or no.
Yeah.
Because you're technically gonna be binding people for life, and even after, and
Yeah,
who
that's
knows
why
how many more cycles they're gonna
it's
be
something
stuck
really
together.
sacred, because it's gonna be afterlife too.
Mhm. Mhm. Because he did that, but I told him, I'm like, you did that to yourself. You have no business judging whatever people do or do not do. He goes, yeah, but they were using her for evil. I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, that's none of your business. She's gonna handle it however it is that you're gonna do. For you to tell that girl to put out her light, I'm like, to you and to use that candle for whatever benefit you told her to do. I'm like, you were stupid. I'm like, you did it without consultation. I'm like, you're over here tapping into the Akashic records and trying to figure out and trying to make your life easier, trying to get out of the 3D. I'm like, but you're not taking the steps that are required. You're not being disciplined with yourself to get to where you have to go to. I told him, I'm like, so you want to get rich quick? I'm like, it doesn't work like that. And he got, I don't know, friend, it was just weird. When he told me that, it just left a real bad taste in my mouth. That when I was supposed to go cleanse him and do all of that stuff, like, he messed up the cleansing. And I'm just like, all right, accept your fate. And ever since then, like, I broke off my friendship with that person,
Dang.
you know,
Yeah.
because the disrespect. But she sent me there. She goes, you're going to go. And I knew that she was there with me. And I knew that she was around because I could hear the dogs howling around the area. And they were howling.
When I'm
And
praying,
I'm just,
the dogs howl around my house, or they start barking. I'm casting out evil and stuff because I'm pretty sure. I know my house is pretty like sanctified around, so I know when I cast out the spirits, they're going around my house like on the outer perimeter.
mm-hmm.
And the dog starts howling over there at the other house over there, and my neighbor's dog was barking the other day, and I was just praying outside, and it was barking at nothing. It was just sitting there barking out of nowhere.
Because you know what it is? When you go outside and pray, you know, you're strengthening the energy that you're praying on, right?
Yeah.
So you're bringing in the other energy to notice it more. So that's why you see that, you know, and that's why like things like that happen. But yeah, that friend, and I'm like, because he couldn't channel like I could channel,
Mm-hmm.
like pasar espíritus when you pass the spirits, he couldn't do that. And he wanted me to grab the spirits and, like, to have them tell him the secrets of whatever it is that he wanted to know. And I told him, like, and they told me, they're like, no, it's not gonna happen. But when I found out about what he did with the Santísimas Candle, I'm like, you don't do that, bro. Like, you don't do that to no god or goddess, no spirit, no entity. You don't take the light. that belongs to them.
Yeah.
And because you did that, you messed yourself up. I told him, like, you messed yourself up because she found you. Like, so who are you to try to be? I'm like, you gotta let people walk their journey, walk their spiritual journey.
Mistakes and all.
Mistakes and all is their journey, not yours. So you're not there to judge whatever, and you're not there to be Superman either. Because of that, you messed yourself up. You got caught up in a spiritual entanglement, and you ended up losing in the end. You know?
Yeah. That's when I started
So
spirituality. I would be like, I was like light worker, star seed, this like, and the delusional, all love and light, But there's duality and everything.
there is. And that's the thing. I learned about my duality fast. I learned about it when I started questioning. I'm like, why do I have to forgive people like that? I'm like, can I just forgive them and not talk to them anymore?
Yeah, like you can do
Like,
that.
is that a possibility?
Yeah, you could forgive
And like,
and move forward because the forgiveness is for you, mainly for your soul, for your salvation, if you want to go on a Christian basis, but also for your energy on a spiritual level. Because if you're not forgiving every time that you think of that person or see that person, that energy sparks up within you. But you can forgive and you don't have to forget so much. And just remember, you don't fuck with that person. Keep moving forward and just take them out of your life like that.
and see, that's what I thought. And I was just like, I don't want to like deal with them no more though. Like, do I have to tell them that I forgive them, or do I have to? And that's when I started questioning. Hey, buddy, welcome back. So that's when I started questioning, and in the end, it's just like, well, is this person really evil, or what happened for them to get like that? And I learned a lot about the spiritual world and how to manage and how to read and how to just understand. And it's just like it's just their life path. This is what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know?
So I had to unlearn. You know how most Christians see rituals and stuff, and they're like, "Oh dang," and they get scared. I was really scared of witches and stuff like that before because I would came to TikTok and I was seeing all these things, and I was like, it would put like this anxiety and fear in me, and by normalizing it in my mind, seeing it every day, and then also starting to practice it, it normalized it. Now I don't fear it as much. I don't feed into that negative energy. I used to feed into negative energy, into a delusion, and put a curse on my own self, basically, or feed into another person's curse that was against me, and I overcame that fear too.
No, because and that's one thing that I had to learn. It's just like, okay, it doesn't have to be like that. And through the spirituality, and one thing that I learned about spirituality, it teaches you to accept both your light and darkness, your inner light and dark.
Yeah, I had to learn duality
Because
too, cause like, what I mean. Everything is duality. Well, it could be singularity or duality, but duality, everything hot and cold, you know, dark and light, everything has its polar opposites. So when you utilize your duality, you could, like, even in manifestations, when you use the infinity sign for manifestations, when you think about it, one side is negative, one side is positive, and then you go in a
Mhm.
circle and it meets in the middle at the 0 point. When you think both duality in one, you can manifest at that 0 point.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I've always learned. It's just like, why do we have to just, and that's one thing I didn't like about religion was that it's just like, you're just only supposed to love your light side and try to repress your dark side. And I'm just like, that don't make no sense. So then why do we have both? Why do we
Right.
have that duality within us?
Yeah, so like the ego death is like all the newer new age people talk about. Oh, ego death. That's the way to do it. That's not really the way to do it. It's cool to have an ego death in experience it.
Because the ego serves as a protective mechanism.
Yeah, but the ego
It
death
does
is
serve,
good.
it does have purpose.
It does have purpose. I'm not saying it's irrelevant, but it's to completely take out your ego is irrelevant in the way for forever, because you can't completely take down your ego unless you're like being a monk every day. You know what I'm saying? For your whole life, but the ego death is a necessary, I would say, tool to utilize to experience how it is to reach that type of humility, um, and control and self discipline, but it's not a forever type of thing. It's just to something to give you more self
It's like
control.
reset. It's like a reset,
Yeah,
a mini reset. Like, okay, this goes here. Like, okay, I knocked you off on your ass. What you gonna do about it? Be humble,
yeah.
you know.
Something that helps
And
me be
that's what
humble is fasting. Is fasting being brought a lot of humility to me, be it self control and self discipline. Because I'm a fat kid and I love food, and I would go grocery shopping or order food on that same day I'm fasting, just to know that I have a full fridge full of food and I'm hungry, and I'm fasting and I'm just showing myself discipline. So if I can deny food, I can deny anything.
that's true. That's true. And that's one thing that spirituality has taught me is be disciplined. If I have to do a ritual for 5 days straight, I better do that ritual 5 days straight, you
Yeah,
know? Or if I have to do something, I better do it. Because if I don't, I know that if I don't do it, the goal's not going to get accomplished,
right.
you know?
That's one thing I have a
But,
problem with is I don't really do multiple day rituals. I did like one or two. Um, but I usually do a one, just a regular ritual one day, boom, and then when I light it, I'll pray over it a couple days, after I lit it. But um, the one I did that was multiple days over was that 7 day or the 15-day candle of Santissima, the seven colored one, and
uh huh,
she bled red wax from her eyes for me, and I knew it was a good sign for me, but
yeah.
she bled, the candle cracked right at her eye, and the red wax flew down her face and her robe.
Oh, no. And for me, I will do long rituals, but normally it's when I'm blessing things.
Yeah,
Like if it's a protection, right? Like if it's a specific protection, I will do I will do the work that is necessary to get it to where I have to get it to, you know?
yeah. I think I need to
And
start
I've
doing
done
more
it.
rituals.
Like I've done like protection rituals on some of my jewelry, and it's just like I don't like these earrings, and I've given them to my friends, and I specifically have done it with the Santissima, right? And I blessed it, and I had it there, and I did like the ritual how I wanted it to go for like anywhere, whether it's like 1 month or 3 months. When I gave my friend, when I sent my friend those earrings, he called me. He goes, I can feel Santisima's energy in these. I'm like, yeah, I did a ritual for protection under them, to her.
Yeah. If your jewelry is always breaking,
Yeah,
she's always protecting you, probably most likely. If it's not a
that's
physical
the,
occurrence, then it's a spiritual one.
yeah, she's protecting you. Get real, get. I used to have that too, and recently, like I used to have that too with the rosaries and stuff. Um, get either a little gold pendant or a silver one with a silver chain. Match the chain and contemplate it.
Yeah. The pendant I'm wearing right now,
Contemplate it.
I did a ritual with it, and it's really powerful energy into it. It's it, I started wearing it. I don't know why. I just started wearing it. Something told me to wear it because I've been wanting to get a pendant for her, a different one. But this was my ritual pendant, and I just started wearing it, and I just feel a lot better.
You bless it. You can either light a candle and you put it in. I suggest if you can read Spanish, Bunny, get you the book, the Santa Muerte Biblia. Hit up my friends at the Little Botanica shop.
¿Tienes la consecration oil recipe con la graveyard there?
Well, me,
Yeah,
I can,
I need it. I need it. I want to do it. I want to do a full on consecration.
but you can find those anywhere, friend.
I
Like,
know. I
that's
just
what,
don't
believe
trust
it or
people.
not, is very.
I'd rather make my own.
You can make your own too. There's plenty of recipes on it on YouTube and on Google.
Oh, okay.
But me, I don't really like to go in there because right now a lot of people are doing so much crap in the cemetery, especially when all of this stuff people were pretty much eating, sleeping, and breathing in the cemetery. I'm like, bro, if you don't have any relatives in there, what the fuck are you doing in there?
Right.
You're burying what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you burying there? Oh, you're burying some shoes. I'm like, no. They're leaving too much stuff.
Cemetery etiquette
They're leaving.
overdone.
Yeah, it's overdone. So I don't. And I know.
So one
From
time
practice, I want him.
before I was spiritual, right? I was going to my Theo's funeral. They were burying him, right? And well, I was always spiritual, but like before I was actually knowing what I'm doing, kind of. I went to there and I was leaving, and I had a spirit attached to me, and I just felt it grab onto my back and shoulders, right? And 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 I told my mom we have to go back. We have to go back because my mom was driving me, and I had to go back and leave it there and pray it off me. And but it like tried to grip onto my shoulders and my upper back, and I was like, "What the heck?" But I felt it. I was still spiritual, but I wasn't as spiritual as I am now. I didn't
And you
understand a
know
lot of
what it
things.
is, friend? That was probably a spirit that they went to go drop off
Yeah,
in or they woke up that spirit.
yeah.
But I have a feeling that they probably dropped it off with a corpse.
Oh, yeah. It was like on
They
my
did
back, and I
something.
felt it. Like I felt like literally something on my back, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then so I went back and prayed it off of me, and I was already channeling the sun energy there too, with the alchemical signs. So I mean, I was praying while I was there too. So it was just a weird experience that I because that's before I had a. Now I know how spirits feel and how they still try to like to latch onto my back and all types of stuff, but I always prayed
Because
away.
you're spiritual. When you're a spiritual person and you have that light, they want you to help them cross over.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
I've been praying for spirits too. I was like, any spirits around here, that need to cross over. Like I pray for them, and I felt a lot of energy uplift after I did these prayers for them recently, actually, because there's a lot of spirits of the dead and around me, and a lot of spirits that were trapped here on this plane, and I've been praying to free their souls, and I started seeing in like my mind's eye some go up into another realm, but and I felt a lot more energy lessened in my surroundings.
Different. And that's the thing. It's just like a lot of people that go there, a lot of people that go there, like right now, it's no. Because a lot of people, they just go off and they drop stuff there and you don't know what they're dropping off in there.
Yeah.
And you know what? They just go and they bury and they really don't even know what the hell it is that they're doing
Mhm.
just because they saw somebody do it on TikTok. And I had somebody tell me that because they saw a practitioner do it on TikTok, they went over there and they tried. This person had just passed, right?
Mhm.
And he went over there and he grabbed that person and tried to wake him up. Try to wake him up to go do work for him. And I'm like, bro, you don't mess with the people. I'm like, he hadn't even been gone for a year yet, and you're already waking him up and bothering him. I'm like, and you have it trapped inside that house. You know what's gonna happen? You know, because I think that if you're gonna do spiritual work like that, and you want to work that, you know, if you're not authorized to do that kind of stuff just because it's on TikTok or
Yeah.
YouTube,
I
and you're
learned
doing it, and
I
you don't
learned
even know how to
that
take care of that spirit, it's
yeah,
like, bro.
yeah, to feed the spirits and take care of them too as well. But yeah, so I learned that what people taught me is always leave 3 pennies at the entrance, but before that you ask permission from the spirits to if you can answer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You ask for permission to go in, and you ask for permission to go out.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people, they don't know how to do that. They just go in there and they think that just leaving the coins is just enough. And I'm just like, oh hell no, y'all over here doing too much. I'm
Yeah.
like, just because y'all devoted to something smart doesn't mean that you can go eat, sleep, and breathe in the cemetery and go do and start digging up dirt from over there and trying to sell it. I'm like, no. If you don't have people that are in that area, you shouldn't even really be going in
Right.
there because who the heck is gonna help you
Yeah. It goes
if you
sideways.
upset somebody for stepping on their headstone or something, you know?
Yeah. I got a cemetery here in town that all my family members are buried at, basically. So that's one place I want to go to eventually, not just to visit my family, but to maybe get some spirits.
So that's why, like, for me, if I don't got nobody in there, I'm like, I have no business going in there. And they're like, why are you like that? Where's the something to the body? I'm like, because I know my stuff. How am I gonna go in there? Who the heck am I gonna ask? Like, who am I gonna go talk to over there?
Yeah, all my family members have already came to my dreams that I passed away. My cousin, my uncle, my grandma, my grandpa, my great grandma, they all back me over my rest of my family, and they have already showed me that. And even my uncle's spirit, he was tethered to a demon in the afterlife, and they were controlling him with a ring. And I fought that demon, and that demon went to ashes, and I took the ring and set my uncle free in the spiritual realm. And I had a prophetic dream that I was walking him up over the Garden of Eden to heaven, basically. And I told my uncle that dream before he passed, and so I had a prophetic dream that I was going to do that. And after he passed, I had defeated that demon in the spiritual realm and took the ring and set him free from demonic whatever torture, whatever it was, but demonic grips.
Probably a curse placed on them.
Yeah, it was a curse because all my family's been dying the same ways through cancer and same thing, and I'm here to break that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why it's all
So,
curses. So that's all my family's backing me in the spiritual realm, while my family that's living, most of them talk shit about me.
but you know what, friend? I guarantee you the family that's living, they don't.
They all drink, they all smoke weed, they all hang out with criminals, and I'm the most purest one that doesn't associate with none of that, and they don't like me, but they're the ones all doing all the bad things.
Mm-hmm. It be like that, friend.
It's because I'm here
It
to
be like
break the
that.
generation curses. That's why I went vegetarian. That's why I went vegan. That's why I went abstinence. That's why I went pacifist because I was violent in before, and I just purified my whole being.
Wow, friend, that's a lot. That's a huge accomplishment. And for me, when I do my spirituality, and I do see the difference. I see the difference in everything. But yeah, you will not catch me in the cemetery.
Yeah.
You don't catch me out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have put some people in there because they don't know how to mind their business and they keep tapping and tapping and tapping and trying to tap into my energy to siphon it
Yeah.
because they're jealous.
Yeah.
And
Have
I'm
you
just
ever
like, all
seen
right,
have you ever seen spirits or deities or even Santissima give people crowns as a blessing?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean for you? Like, what do you know about that?
It means you're chosen.
Okay.
It means you're chosen. It means you got rank. It means you're stepping up.
Okay.
It's when they give you weapons, it's when it's fun. But anyways, we're gonna talk about that. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I got a few. I
Oh, I
got a
got.
few.
Uh, I have a spiritual scythe of Santissima's, but like an energetic one.
Yeah, because you got to go in there with battle. You
Yeah.
got to go in because a lot of people they don't understand is just that the spirituality that goes on is more to it. It's
Yeah, there's
more
a
to
lot
it than
more.
what it is.
A
Like
real,
you
real
get
spiritual warfare happens. Like you're really fighting demons. Like when in my dreams, I really fought a demon because a demon took the form of my homie in my dream, and Santissima was in that dream, and they were trying to either pull her away from me or she was testing me, but she wanted to see my spiritual power against the demon head on, and she was sitting there watching, and he pulled out the demon pulled out a machete. He was looking like my homie, right, and I knew it wasn't my homie, and it tried to kill me with a machete, and so I already had consecrated my knife, and it's on the altar, right, and it was in my dreams, right, so everything I consecrated on my altar I could have in the spiritual realm, and it has a skull and everything on it. And so I consecrated it and I pulled that a knife out and I carved on his chest a big old L. Boom. And it didn't bleed like a human. So I knew it was a spirit. It was glowing green. It was a spirit of green, a spirit of greed or a spirit of whatever green spirit was, demons.
spirit of anger.
Yeah, a spirit of envy or whatever it was. I carved an L in his chest and put that demon down by myself with my own spiritual power. Walked out the back door. There was a red bike, and I jumped over the fence, and there was two trampolines. Boom, boom, letting me know that I was gonna overcome everything that's gonna come about to come. Boom, real fast, jump through it. Boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it happens, friend.
Yeah.
It happens, and people don't get it. I'm like, no, bro. Like, there's literally people who are because I have a I have a client, right? She's been my client for a while, but her girlfriend, I don't know what it is about her, but she got some heavy ass energy, right? There's something about her that's just not there. That just doesn't feel right to me, you know? And whatever it is, it's just like, I know it's something negative. I have a feeling that she's aware of it, pero se hace pendeja that she don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
That she's over here trying to victimize it, but I don't feel that.
Yeah.
But I do feel that she has a strong, I don't know if it, I don't feel that that thing is attached to her, that demon that she got on her. I don't think it's attached to her. I feel that it's part of her,
Yeah.
that that's her real form.
Yeah.
And the reason that she's with my client is because my client she's a real good, she's devotion to the Santissima, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she has that real good, loving, and motherly energy, and she takes care of her kids, you know? So she needs that purity. She needs that pure energy, that kindness and love to feed off of it. But I do not feel that whatever it is that she has, I do not feel that it is attached to her. I feel that that thing that I feel when I'm consulting them, that energy that I feel is part of that person's soul.
Yeah. It might be a soul covenant.
It's a dark energy.
Yeah. So my aunt Irma, she's demonically possessed. She doesn't know it. She doesn't even care because she's on an addict, right? So my aunt Irma is possessed. One time she was at my old house, and she was like having a seizure, and I had that same spirit that was on her. It was a familiar spirit in my family because it tries to attack me all the time. And Santa Muerte showed me it multiple different times of how it looked in wax, in my limpias con huevos, and everything. So it's the same spirit that tries to attach to my family. It's a spirit of addiction, spirit of I don't know what it was, but demonic spirit, and it's a familiar spirit in my family. So my aunt Irma, she's demonically possessed. One time she was having a seizure, and they were calling the ambulance or whatever. I'm playing video games on the live stream and everything, you know what I mean. And my mom calls me out there, and both my mom and my aunt were trying to set me up at one time, right? And then all of a sudden the ambulance gets there, or oh hold on, I start holding her back because she's shaking. I didn't want her to bite her tongue or nothing, so I push her shoulder against a chair so she can stay still, right? And she starts I start praying over her, to heal her, right? And she starts speaking in demonic tongues, and I'm like, what the fuck? And all I feel is a surge of demonic energy flowing up into my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? So I started praying it over her more, and then the ambulance gets there and starts saying something about substances being involved or what. I was like, I don't know. I'm on live stream playing. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think that my family lies to the ambulances to set me up to make falsified reports, so the nurses and everything think I'm doing whatever they're trying to do. But the whole time I was on live stream with the headset on and everything.
But you know what it is, friends? Sometimes it does get like that because they don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah,
But with that person, with that client, feel, I don't feel that it is like, I don't feel that it's something that was sent to her. I feel that that's part of her soul.
yeah,
I really just feel it. And it's just very weird,
no,
And I'm telling her, I'm just like, but a lot of people who have that type of dark energy, they need a counterpart that is in their light energy, but that knows how to set boundaries to kind of even to try to siphon that good energy out,
yeah. So to give them balance,
you
because
know?
they need basically they're a energetic vampire, but it keeps them balanced.
Yeah, something like that. Because it's just like, I don't know. And even if you notice, if you ever, I don't know if you ever watch novelas, but I noticed that in the novelas too, that the villain always wants somebody that's good, that's kind, that's sweet for them, and they'll do anything for her. But then she still ends up with the like good guy or whatever, the protagonist.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, yeah. So I noticed it, and I'm just like, I have a feeling that that client, she's aware of that thing, that darkness within her, but she just, I don't know if she's given into it or she only gives into it every now and then
yeah. I have a
when she's
my
gonna
shadow
go commit
self.
a few scenes.
My shadow self, like I used to get very angry and very impulsive before I turned spiritual and found humility and self control and self discipline. But every now and then, Hecate and Santa Muerte wants me to feel that anger, feel it, and just experience it and not react. But then sometimes they want me to react, but I can't because any reaction I give to these people is a reaction they're going to use against me. So I don't give them the satisfaction of those reactions.
Yeah, because I seen things. It's just like, oh my god. And I see it, and people who do a lot of substances, when you're substanced out, you see more of it because you just do.
Yeah. So that's why I at first I don't like being around people who are on substances at all. I literally dislike it. My sister and her friends are on substances. My aunt's on substances. I don't like being around at all. I just feel their negative spirits with them, all their attachments. It just gives me like a a sensation of just bad in the middle of my chest. Like I could just feel it. Their spirits just hate my light, and I could feel it in my chest when they're around. And I never liked being around that type of energy, and that's why I always like I tell my family I don't want to be around none of these people for freaking addicts, none of that. I don't have nothing to do with substances or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I hate substances. I hate people who deal it. I hate people who do it. I wish everyone to go to jail. You know what I mean? That's how much I hate it and dislike it because of the spiritual attachments that comes along with it and the way that things break down people and make people different people.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm just like, oh my god. And then the more I get into it, it's just like, but there's just something about that client. It's just like, it's weird. To me, it's weird. But do I get involved? I'm like, heck no. I ain't gonna go get all up in there and be like, no, 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 no. But I have a feeling that that person, if I was to ever see that person and try to cleanse them, I think they would faint. Because my light, if I were white, my light is intense.
Yeah, I've worn all white before. I wore white pants with white shirt. It's just an amazing feeling, angelic, celestial feeling.
Yeah. And I stopped wearing because I used to wear a lot of white. White was one of my colors that I would go to and just feel comfortable. No, I stopped wearing white was because a lot of people would notice me. And it's just like the looks in the eyes, and people were trying to figure out spiritually what I have, and I don't like that. I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah,
Don't be nosy. That's another thing, friend. You got a lot of people out here
yeah,
that are being nosy and trying to figure out. Because I had another client before. He made me sick.
yeah,
He made me sick because he was always like, anything that would happen to him, it was a spiritual attack. It was a spiritual attack. And I'm just like, oh no, that they're gonna get. And it was just down to a point where he's over there fighting with the apartment's manager. I'm just like, and he's like, yeah, my spiritual person, he's gonna go, my brujo, he's gonna go beat her for what she did and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. And that spiritual person was really about that life. She wouldn't be here right now because according to you, she's doing all this wrong to you, but there's nothing happening to her. So where's the reversal? Where's the work?
yeah,
And he's like, oh no, he's working on it. He's working on it. I'm like, there ain't nothing being done. Because there's nothing wrong being done here,
yeah.
you know?
Me, I haven't even done a
But he
reversal in
would,
forever. Like I literally just set up protections and cleanses, because like if once I reverse something, it's gonna be bad. You know what I mean? I let it build up, and I I put a lot of energy into my reversals.
if that's what you mind you, Christian, when you tattoo her, that's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah,
That's a lifetime commitment.
you
And
have to
for
be a
people that get rid of her tattoos with her on them, I don't know. I find that very
yeah. It's
disrespectful.
disrespectful. So even if I
Yeah,
got like if even if you got her tatted, and you left your devotion, you should keep her on your skin because that was part of your life and that was part of your devotion to them. But because to cover up is being disrespectful, I feel like. Also, you got to be aware that you got to set kind of your intentions when you get that tattoo, because sometimes a tattoo is a blood covenant and sometimes it's part of your devotion, however you want to set your intentions for that tattoo. I got a spiritual tattoo on
yeah.
my
It's not
knee.
just the tattoo.
Yeah,
There's more to it.
yeah, a spiritual connection too. But I got a spiritual tattoo, a Star of David, and I did a ritual with it, a little ritual, and I did it myself. And this part of my protection, my covenant with God.
And my tattoos, like, I should be covered in tattoos at this point in my life, but my tattoos, they're there for a reason. They're not just there because I got them for a trend or whatever.
212,
They have a
212.
meaning. All of them.
What
All of them.
what's it called
And
when
there's
you
a
can
reason.
what's it called when you can read
Hmm?
the number backwards and forwards? It's 212 right here.
212?
Yeah, I forgot. It's
Oh,
an angel number, but you can read it backwards from forwards, backwards and forwards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mirror number.
Yeah, mirror number. There's another word for it. I can't remember. I want to say
See, I got 313.
314. Oh yeah, you're an hour ahead.
Well, if you want to, friend, if that's what you feel that you want to do, just pick something, draw something. Look, see her light just flashed. Pick something beautiful and make it beautiful and tell her why. Tell her why you're going to get this tattoo. Consult it with her. Because for me, I haven't got any ink done on me in a while. I should go get a new tattoo, but I just don't have the time. And I'm scared. I gotta meet the artist to see how clean they are.
Yeah.
You know.
I used to do my own tattoos. I wanted to do one with Santissima. I wanted to get an owl, and then I wanted to get one with her. I want to get one the Melancholy también, but I just haven't yet.
I just want to have the time. But she's going to give me the time soon. Right, Madre? Because we're going to go to Mexico to go get this done. I'm gonna go in one way and I'm gonna come back tatted up from head to toe. That's my goal. Because I just haven't had the time. Like, I'm always working or I'm always doing something. You know, I'm always busy. But, Brand, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is it hard for you to make friends now that you're spiritual?
Yeah, I don't really have no real friends. I literally stay to myself every day, pray and help raise my nephew, and that's basically my day.
Yeah, I don't want no dirty artist. I don't want no infection. I want my tattoo to be like, well, if I decide to show it off, because most of my tattoos are hidden to the point like I could cover them up so
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows what I got. But all my tattoos have a purpose and they're there for a reason. They're not just there because I wanted to look cool at the
Yeah.
moment, you know?
So my tattoos,
No.
um, I did most of them myself. I have a couple different tattoos from that my homeboy did, and yeah, but a lot of them have meaning on this. Well, not meaning, but when I got my heart broke, my left arm uh, was for my heart broken. Right, I got um, money over BZs, whatever. I can't say that word right here. But I don't know if I can say it. And then I got other things on there, kind of like a theme.
Mhm.
And I got my family members who died there, like because of the curses. They've been. I'm pretty sure they cursed my family. My mom's been tell me they cursed my family since I was a little kid. So now I know it's real. I thought my mom was crazy because my family keeps dying from cancer. My family keeps dying from the same things. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay,
Any specific cancer?
yeah. I don't remember that my grandma died, but they kept dying from cancer in the throat or lungs and stuff like that. The other day I was praying to Santissima too, and I've pictured someone's lungs being infected. Someone's gonna pass with lungs. Um, that's I don't know, either coming against me or around me or something like that. Um, I've pictured lungs, and then I've got like a word in my mind, left lung, but I wasn't sure. And I also pictured someone on a motorcycle being against me, who's gonna pass, who had a vision with Santissima in the rear view mirror, letting me know that they're nothing but a memory coming soon. And it was just visions. I don't wish death upon people like that. But if Santa Muerte is protecting me and they're coming against me, she's gonna do what she wants to do. You know what I mean?
No, you know what people do? People underestimate.
Yeah,
People underestimate people like us a lot
yeah,
because we don't weaponize Santissima. You
yeah,
know, like half of these creators on here that weaponize her and that treat her like a thing,
yeah.
and that because they're with Santissima, they feel that they're untouchable. I'm like, no, bro, no,
I
no,
mean, I
no,
felt
no,
that way
no.
too. Like when I first started, when she first blessed me with her energy inside me, I felt invincible. I woke up the next day just feeling invincible. It's because it's death energy. It's a death current, and it's flowing through you, and you're living, so you have that current already flowing through you. And I felt that way before, so I understand where they're coming from, but they fed their ego while being with Santissima, making themselves feel invincible when they should have humbled themselves and transformed themselves, you know.
Hmm. And for me, it's just like, okay, my connection to her, it's been there, but I don't go around doing that. And a lot of people are, oh no, then you just have her there. If you're not gonna use her for this or that, I'm like, I don't use my mother. I'm like, first of all, who uses what? That just the wording of it was just off, and I tell him like, that's my mother. I work
Yeah,
for her.
yeah,
I work for her. I don't work with her. I work for her. Whatever it is that she has me do for that moment, I
yeah,
just do it, you know?
yeah. So like I started coming to realization I don't work for none of my spirits. I work with them as a partner. And as she's a mothering spirit to me, and I call her mother. You know what I mean? My spiritual mother. And I have a connection with her that's beautiful. Like I can cry like to her, and I can, you know what I mean? It's just something beautiful that I've never experienced with any other thing. You know, like I have a good connection with God, and I can cry to Him, but it's like a more personal on connection with her, and I can feel her feelings in my heart. And when I invoke her, she's within me and talking to me in my mind, and I'm speaking in tongues, channeling her, and that's how I channel most spirits. Um, so it's something beautiful about Santa Muerte. Like it's just something I can't explain. It's a love. It's a devotion. It's a beautiful experience that it can never be replaced.
And that's what when people ask me that, for can you see? I'm like, no. I'm like, but my connection to her goes deeper than just, you know,
Yeah.
than just the devotion or just being her
Yeah.
practitioner, being her little priestess every now and when she
Yeah.
has me do whatever it is. But
Yeah.
it's just like,
So Santa
I
Muerte
just know
gave me a
that.
crown before, a couple of times, and one time they were stalking me in my live stream, right? And Carlo in the little botanico was watching too, and I fell asleep on the live stream, and above me was a plastic bag, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this plastic bag, it looked like Santa Muerte's white robe or a gray robe, white robe, holding a crown, putting it over me, and I screenshot it and I posted it before on here on TikTok and on and on Instagram, right? And YouTube and everything. And but she already had sent me a vision of being crowned with her, like not in a bad way, but like really being up there with her, like with authority over her. She's giving me a lot of authority through her, and she does
Mm-hmm.
likes me to speak for her sometimes, but I just don't do it because I get too much hate, too much backlash because of who I am and the way I look or from my past or whatever the case may be. And she's giving me the crown, like, and I have that screenshot up on my page. You know what I mean? And it was crazy because she's giving me a crown. So has God gave me a crown too. God's given me a crown vision. Um,
Yeah. And like for me, it's just like, I don't know. And I don't go around trying to shove my beliefs and what I practice down other
yeah,
people's throats. I'm just like, you guys choose what you want to do, but don't get mad though.
yeah, I
Like
can't
right
remember.
now, I tell everybody, I'm like, y'all over here doing every little spell y'all see on TikTok, and you
Yeah,
guys are over here charging like $300-400,
yeah,
$300-400 over something that no.
yeah,
And y'all keep raising prices and everything, and they use Santísimas up front, but they're not even gifted.
yeah,
They're like, how do you know? I'm like, girl, I know.
yeah,
I know. I'm like, if I have a spiritual question, I don't have a pendulum on me. I told him, like, my body's a pendulum.
yeah.
I'm like,
That's crazy you
my
say
body's
that
a
because
pendulum.
I do the same thing with my channeling as with my body to get answers.
Like, my body's a pendulum. I'm like, and I told everybody, I'm like, any real practitioner, I told anybody who's really spiritually inclined,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because some of us, just because we're empathetic, it doesn't mean that we're spiritually inclined to help others, you know?
Yeah,
Sometimes we're just there to help them process that grief for the moment, listen to it, regurgitate it, and move on, you
yeah,
know? And it's like, the practitioners, we can use our bodies as pendulums, and
yeah.
I
So
guarantee you.
one thing with the real practitioners is they know that everything external is a tool. It's not meant to be. That's why we have to formulate conscious detachment from things, and because when before I started practicing, I was manifesting spells with my mind, manifesting these things into reality with my mind. And it was more than just regular manifestations, like little things coming here and there, but it was like things happening for my protection, for things protection spells with my mind and stuff like that. Because I had no money, I had nothing, I was poor, and I said, if Jesus can do it, Jesus Christ can do it, Yeshua Hamashiach, I can do it. You know what I mean? And the Bible tells us so. We will do greater things than Christ. So that being said, is that we already chosen. If we're chosen one with God or in our path, then we can do greater things than Christ. Um, And so I started manifesting things with my mind. Um, and then I started candle work, which made it just a lot easier because I don't have to meditate as much. I used to lay down all day long and meditate, and it looked like I'm sleeping, but I was meditating a lot of times, and and just meditate things, and things would happen. Things would come. The truth would come out. The things would come out. The healing, protection, things being revealed to me, stuff like that. And I had to learn from God and Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, to do those types of things because the Bible tells us so. We'll do greater things in Christ. Jesus Christ said, and you know what I'm saying. So we can do it. We just have to have the willpower and the discipline to do so.
And you know what, Fred? You found it through Christ, and I found it. I was able, because I already had my gifts. You know, I was already practicing, and I was already being disciplined. And I was already doing things. But with when I started my devotion with the Santissima, it made it easier. You know, it wasn't like, oh yeah, like I need it. No, it was just easier. And yes, I've always done candle work, incense, and everything. Like I was when I cleansed the house that we just bought. I had to cleanse it because I told my dad, and I'm like, no, you're not gonna set foot in that house until I cleanse it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because we went to go look at it
Mm-hmm.
when when we bought it and they gave him the keys and everything. We went to go sit in it, but I felt that the energy was off because I didn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
And then so I went and I cleansed the house. Like I literally scrubbed the walls. I
Mm-hmm.
spiritually cleansed that house.
Yeah.
And there was just something in there when I was invoking the Santissima because the energy in there, it flipped. It flipped the coal with the copal, like it flipped it over.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the hell?
That's how I kind of felt
And
about my new
then,
house when I came here. I was set on my altar and everything, and I felt something was off here, and that's when I got the warning of the snake. The actual snake came in my room, and I blessed it and threw it outside, and then Mother Earth blessed me with the snake skin and stuff. But that's how I really
and
felt.
then so it's like it flipped the copal, and I'm just like, oh crap, it burnt me because I touched it and I tried to get it to, okay, that's fine. Okay, this isn't gonna work. All right. I grabbed another coal, did it again. I threw in, this time I did a different mix. I added, I added frankincense first, and then it wasn't burning fast. I'm like, all right. And then I lit another charcoal and I put copal in it, and it tried to flip it again. And it was the when the incense little holder, because I bought like the one that's on the strings and that goes back and forth that you could use as a pendulum too. Um, I used it and it was trying. I'm like, no, whatever it is, if you're not meant to be here, I'm sorry, you're not meant to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I cleansed it, and I started cleaning the walls. And we were done and everything else. And the day later, I ran into the realtor who sold us the house. And she told me that it used to be an Airbnb, that the owners had it rented out as an Airbnb. And because it was an Airbnb, that's why the energy in the house was very off, and it was just like a very strong energy that was just like, you can stay here for a little bit, but then you gotta go,
Mm-hmm.
like a very rushy and pushy energy. And then after I was done, after I cleansed the house and everything, like I was exhausted, right? I ain't gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
I was exhausted.
I know sometimes when I do a lot of spiritual work, I be like just drained, and I'm just laying there like feeling my energy pulsate and still going into the candle work.
Yeah. And once we did that, because I don't have like my ancestral altar, I don't have it on yet because I'm in a rental.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like calling upon my ancestors and getting comfortable in this house and then them being mad.
Are you gonna set up a mesa blanca, a boveda? Live paused. Mr. Lefty Lokes, La Madrina, Tootsie 95, Jesus Ramiro 9761, Octavio Christian. What's up, guys? I don't know if you can still hear me because it's paused.
It's very push, you know.
Yeah.
Now, the house, that house, man, I had that house smelling good. That house smelled good, and it felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good because the energy that was in the house was an Airbnb. So these people were like short-term rentals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they would get there and they would leave, and I was just like, all right, I gotta cleanse it. And when I cleansed it, that house, you could eat off the floors. It was just so peaceful, and the energy was finally balanced. It was very nice, very pretty, very pretty. So yeah, and I had to have like before we move in, I have to have her room and everything else that's ready.
Yeah. I have a church that I live like literally right next to. The church. The only thing separating my yard from the churchyard is a fence, and so we're literally
Mhm,
connected. So I went over there and grabbed some stuff and put it on my altar. So I have church energy on my God altar, and
mhm,
my God liked it like that because obviously the church carries a lot of positive energy.
mhm. Yep. So now the house is just like right now it's getting some remodeling done in it because they're taking out the carpet and they're putting in like the wood floors because I don't like carpet because I have very sensitive skin.
Hmm.
So it's just like even if you wash it, even though whatever, like yeah, I have very sensitive skin, so I'll break out, and I have real bad allergies. So then from there, then we can just
You
move
know
in the
what? I
house.
used
But
to have really severe allergies, like every year, like runny nose, sinus pressure, watery eyes, itchy eyes. And when I started eating vegetarian and vegan, it just all went away.
you know what helped me, honey?
Oh yeah, honey works too, especially local honey.
Local honey,
Hmm.
local honey. And you know what? I miss living in Florida because since we used to live out in the middle of the freaking cane fields, the honey we would get cane honey.
Hmm.
Cane honey, friend. It's beautiful and it tastes delicious. It tastes delicious. So sugarcane honey, honey from the sugarcane, because that it gives off like if sugarcane blooms too, and when it blooms, the bees go out there and they pollinate the sugarcane and stuff, and they grab it. Man, it tastes different. Like that honey tastes so good. And right now that I'm like in Texas now, it's just like I can't
Yeah.
get sugarcane honey no more.
I charge my honey and other stuff that I eat on my altars.
Yeah. How many altars do you have?
A few.
Same, same. Cause
I want to
we
make
gotta be
more.
safe.
I want to make more, but I just don't have enough room.
That's the thing about moving. I'm just like, dang man, where am I gonna put all my altars at?
Right. Um, I
Yeah.
did a ritual over my tapestries, and I put them on my walls, and there was energy flowing through the walls, and I felt it, and she stopped it.
No, it's because a lot of people, and I tell people this, I'm like, y'all be cleansing y'all's house, but you guys don't be cleansing your house. You don't know what's in there
Yeah.
and what kind of energy is in there. Because we had, like I said, I ran into that lady the next day, and she told me, she goes, your house, the house that you bought, it used to be an Airbnb. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, that's why the energy feels so rushed in there. Like, we gotta go, we gotta get stuff done. And I'm like my dad's already anxious all the time because I was trying to figure out, like, oh my God, you get on my nerves, you know? Like, you need to stop and you need to breathe a little bit and just sit there and chill. And when he wants to get, like, he's the type of person that goes 30 minutes early to his doctor's appointment. So I'm like, oh my
uh,
God. And I'm the one that's always late. And I'm like, are you? I'm like, they're like, are you going to be here at 9? I'm like, no, I'm not going to be here at 9. Do not even think about that I'm going to be here at 9. We're going to be here at 10. But all I have is at 9 o'clock. I'm like, you better find a way to make it at 10 o'clock. I'm like, I'm sleeping in now. Okay? I'm sleeping in now.
I'm about to sleep in today. Just kidding. I gotta do some
Oh,
readings or something here soon.
so yeah. But, all right, friend. This life was different. And thank you for joining me on my life, friend, because it was interesting
Yeah, appreciate it.
to get a, because, yeah, I appreciate it too, because I got to learn a lot from you. And hopefully you learned something from me.
Yes, sir.
So,
Informational.
very informational, because I was like, yeah, but you're doing great, friend. You're doing great.
Thanks.
You're doing great. But I'll talk to you soon because this phone's about to die and it's already like it's giving me a warning that it's gonna overheat or something.
All right, bye.
So you take it easy.
Me too.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. If you guys have any questions, let us